What is going on? How's everybody doing? We got Antonio, we got Nathan. How you guys doing? You guys hear me?
Yo, how's it going, bro?
Let's get the volumes. Antonio, say something.
Yo, 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 yo.
Oh, you're loud as fuck. You're
Oh,
good.
okay. I'll be
Nathan.
more quiet.
Can you hear me?
Oh, you're quiet as fuck. All right.
Yeah, it's because my wife is
Don't.
sleeping, so I can't
Yeah,
be
yeah.
too loud.
Don't wake her up, dude. You're gonna get in trouble, man. Gonna get in trouble. You're gonna be sleeping on that couch, dude. Careful.
But y'all can hear me clearly though, even if I'm a little bit lower.
Yeah, we can hear you. We can hear you. Uh, so Jerry had this interview, and that's what we're going to be talking about today. And that's what we're going to start with, at least. And he has some very interesting words. Now, Antonio, you said that because you love this guy, he's your favorite. You saw his videos, right?
Yeah, I watched the video.
Okay. What did you make out of it?
Like, I mean, it was kind of funny because he was talking to Alex Rodriguez, like the baseball player, and he was
Okay.
like, they were asking like business questions, and he said some pretty funny stuff. Like definitely, he had no idea. He didn't know anything about the club. That's for sure.
Yeah, that was obvious.
We can go through it, but like, he basically was like clueless about some of the stuff.
Okay, all right. So let's go through it. I've just read bits and parts of it. Is there a video that maybe we can see? Where did you see the video?
It's on YouTube.
Okay, so why don't
It's
we
an
just do
interview.
that?
Yeah.
Let's just do that. Let me
If
get
you
it.
do that though, Roy, will the
Mhm.
video
Yeah,
or
but
will
then you
your
just have to
stream
like
get kicked?
you just have to fast forward a little bit into the video.
Do you want me to just read it? I
No,
can
the
read it.
video would be good. The video would be good.
Okay, all right.
But you're not gonna get a strike.
I don't. Maybe a copyright, not a strike.
Mm. Or will
Um,
your video get taken down?
mm, I don't think so. No, not for something like this.
It's only like maybe like 5 minutes or like
What? Where is it? What is it called?
just
On what?
look up his name and it should come up. It was like 2 or 3 days ago.
Oh no, we got the full interview here. It's 48 minutes.
Yes, but he only talks about Milan for like 10 minutes.
Okay, I see. Yeah, so this has got nothing to do with football. This is another economic forum kind of thing, right?
Yeah, they're talking about baseball and like other stuff, and he talks about himself, but then like he talks about Milan in the middle.
All right, so where do I mean, okay. Let me see.
It should be like past halfway in the videos when he talks about Milan.
Redbird Capital Partners Cardinale on investing in sports. I'm assuming it's probably here. And we'll listen to it, and then if not, we can just go through it. No problemo whatsoever. But let me just make sure it's correct. Yeah, I did read some some parts, dude, and they're quite aggravating. I gotta say, quite aggravating. In a way, disappointing.
Yeah, this is like disgusting. Like it's actually really disgusting to even see that he said that.
Yeah, some things that he said are really like just heartbreaking.
Like he literally admitted that he said fuck Maldini.
I mean, it was all up for him. It's just a business venture. That's all it is. It's just a business venture. He never hid that. He never hid that from the beginning.
Yeah, but for him to say in his first year he decided to do nothing,
Oh yeah, right.
like that is disgusting.
Yeah,
My
of course.
favorite part I mean, we're gonna listen to this, but my favorite part is when he was like, "Yeah, like the media over there, like the fans, they reacted like way more than I thought they would after I made some changes." And I was like, "Bro, you just fired Maldini, bro." I was like, "What? What did you think was gonna happen?"
I can't get the audio to work.
What's going on?
I can't get my audio to work. I'll just read it. My audio's not working. I have to reset everything. I'll just read it. All right. So here we go. Here are his words as relayed by calcioefinancia.it. Buying Milan was the hardest thing I've ever faced, but also the best. But the irony is that it was all self-imposed by me. I had an entrepreneurial need that I had to satisfy, and it was precisely the kind of thing we do more and more often at Redbird. The way institutionalized finance on Wall Street has evolved. It doesn't compensate for that amount of activity, rolling up sleeves, working hard, and everything else. When I say compensated, I mean not only in terms of money, but also in terms of overall effort. I like to play the role of a shadow entrepreneur, and I like to solve problems with capital. And it just so happens that in people's careers, there's a bit of luck. I happen to find a turning point in sports that I could never have predicted in 2000, 2001. If we look back over the last 20 years, we realize that it was really a stroke of luck. I really found a pocket of air where I took off. Now the challenge is navigating the situation because now because everyone has discovered sports. Everyone. What? Everyone has discovered sports? You mean you discovered sports? Yeah, okay. All right, so he's happy. It was okay, here we go. Let's get into it. So this is what I read that kind of really upset me, to be honest with you, and I'll tell you guys why. It was Billie Bean who encouraged me to start considering European football. I said to myself, why should I consider European football? An ecosystem where there are sovereign governments and Russian oligarchs cannot be an ecosystem to consider. He told me, you haven't understood the point. He argued that the transfer market in relegations, which is the fundamental pillar of the European football economy, was tailor-made for Moneyball. You build, buy low, and sell high. So we did research on European football. We met 150, 200 teams in all countries on the continent and in England. At that time, there weren't many people. Okay, whatever. The rest doesn't matter. But just that. And then the first thing that I think about, we lost Maldini for that. To me, that is heartbreaking. It is heartbreaking that we lost Maldini for that. The most uninspiring motive ever. It is insane how dry and uninspiring that is. And that's why we lost Maldini. I can't, I don't know. I can't deal with it, guys. I can't fucking put it on the shelf. I can't. I don't know.
Yeah, this is. I've never seen something more disrespectful.
Yeah.
Like, never in my life have I seen something so disrespectful.
I think he doesn't even know, dude. I honestly think he doesn't even know. He doesn't even realize. Like, he doesn't even realize.
Like, how do you don't take over a club? And it makes sense because of them wanting to bring in the Toulouse person. Like, bro, we are not a little club. Like, this is the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen.
Yeah, right. So here he says on AC Milan, Jerry Cardinale said Billie Bean has been attending Milan for several years. And in a way, we observed it. But again, you think you know a lot about sports, but then you realize that not really the case because of all the feedback you receive. Every time I raised the topic of AC Milan internally or here in the United States, everyone said you're crazy. Never think of investing in Italy. But the answer to your question is that in the end, we found ourselves going full circle. Elliott was the owner of Milan. Milan was indebted. Originally, there was a Chinese owner who made a hole in the water. And Elliott came in, foreclosed on the package, on the pledge, and became the owner. So essentially, he's saying that they took advantage of the situation that Elliott had, because it wasn't owned in a regular way. Yeah, it was owned by a company that foreclosed. Yeah,
but at the same time, though, like Elliott should be just as bad because all the hard work they did has also been thrown down the drain. Like I understand Elliott is. I understand that they are a hedge fund, and they're trying to flip Milan as well. Like I get that, but this is still your work.
Okay. Let me see if I can get this video to work here. Because there's more. He says that's his plan change after he acquired Milan. Listen to the full video. Let me just see if I can get this to work, guys. Give me a second. But yeah, just commenting on these things, and then I'll get the video. I'll get it to work. It's just upsetting at how, to me, it's just such a dry project, so uninspiring. It's just like a money venture. That's all it is. It's a money venture. There's no meaning to it. There's literally no meaning to this project. It's dry. And the fact that as fans that we look at this guy is Maldini, 70 years in the club. Bruh, this name is 7 years in the club. And then he comes back, he does
a complete disregard for Maldini.
Complete disregard Maldini and Milan. Yeah. And what he's referencing fans. And after the work he did in those 5 years to bring Milan out of that banter era, you just fire him like that. Don't give him any credit. You don't even know that you're supposed to still give this man credit and praise for all he's done for this club.
But it's the fans too. Like the Curva have been disgraceful. They have been absolutely disgraceful.
Yeah, because that's the Curva goes along with anything. You know, they go along with everything. Yeah, it's upsetting, man. And this is what makes me wonder. Like, how can you be successful on the field with this kind of mentality? Like, I don't see that. This is not sports. This is about buying low and selling high. That's what this is about.
Yeah, this is like, man, I never envisioned this happening to Milan out of all the clubs.
Okay. Yo, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. You're still having audio problems?
So I believe I have fixed them.
We're a society.
Can you hear that?
But what if we turn to disagreement?
Yeah, go to the 28th minute.
Okay. Bloomberg. Oh yeah, we're gonna get a copyright. They love their money. Will it be a strike? No, because this is Fair Act. We're going to comment and blah blah blah.
Discussions, conflicts, and
what gets me up in the morning? What do I love? I love
28.
What the fuck is this? They got a production. They got jazz music in the background. Oh no!
Here's my George story.
Yeah,
28. Yeah.
George brought me in 2004, and
getting that because now everybody's discovered sports. Yeah, sports is now an asset class. That scares me when I start to hear about things like sports being an asset class. My initial reaction is to run in the other way.
Yeah.
And so, you know, but I say, look, you can't make money if you don't put money to work.
And so how does that manifest in AC Milan? I mean, we could debate this. Since yes, like kind of the biggest swing you've taken. I mean, like you are not an advisor, you're an owner. Like you're a full-on owner. You are a control owner of, I think it's fair to say, one of the most storied athletic clubs in the world. Like name brand for sure. How does that deal come about? You've talked about doing all the work, you know, looking at hundreds of clubs. How does this one come to fruition?
Look, you know, the other theme in the way we invest is there's absolutely a virtue in continuity, right? And so if you looked at our whiteboard, it's just a series of Venn diagram rings. Mm-hmm. And, you know, and I've said this before, you know, I wouldn't have had On Location without Legends, and I wouldn't have had Legends without Yes, and I wouldn't have had One Team without On Location, and I wouldn't have EverPass without, you know, the NFL deals that I've done. 5 years ago, connected with Billie Bean, and I really got to give him a lot of credit. You know, obviously everyone knew him from Moneyball, but he encouraged us to start to take a look at European football. And I said, you know, why would I look at European football? Any ecosystem that you have sovereign governments and you have Russian oligarchs cannot be an ecosystem that I should even contemplate. Right. And he said, you know, you're missing the point. He said, you know, the transfer market and relegation, which are the fundamental pillars of economics in European football, he said is tailor-made for Moneyball. He says, because you build and buy low and you sell high. So, you know, we did a tutorial in European football, met with, you know, 150, 200 teams on every country on the continent and in England. And we made our first.
And it's you and Billie sort of like taking on this. Like, how does that work? What's the mechanics of that?
It's us, Billie, our team of guys at Redbird. And, you know, it's really just, you know, again, you know, this was a little bit before this euphoria. I mean, we've been lucky in our timing because, and it's maybe it's my contrarian nature. If I had just discovered this today, I wouldn't be doing it because there's way too much euphoria. But back then, there really wasn't a lot, you know, of our kind of people, our kind of capital chasing European football. Everyone is still focused on NBA teams and stuff in the States, but there are ownership restrictions in the States. And so, you know, we after doing all this work, we decided to make our first control buy, which was Toulouse in League One. And, you know, what's great about that experience, I mean, that was really a training wheels investment. As much as we knew about sports, we knew we didn't know anything about European football. And obviously you're investing offshore, which I learned from my days at Goldman. You know, you never want to invest offshore. You got to be in the market, right? So there was all the red flags of why not to do this. Make a long story short, the price talk around Toulouse was around 60 million euros. It got relegated down to the second tier. We bought it for 15 million euros. Within 3 months, 1.5. Wow. Within 3 months with Billie and Luke Bourne and our team, our data analytics team, we sold our first player for around 15 million euros.
Wow.
And then
so your money good at that point.
And then after the first year, we got it promoted back to the first tier. And now, you know, now Toulouse is sort of playing middle of League One and with a very reasonable payroll that would suggest, you know, that, you know, we'd be spending a lot more to be in the middle of the pack the way we are. European football is all about spending that incremental dollar of capital better than the next guy. Then we invested in Fenway Sports Group during COVID because of my belief in this kind of intellectual property. We went long sports in as a rights holder in COVID. We did the XFL with Dwayne and Danny, we did Fenway Sports Group, we did Toulouse. And, you know, so Fenway, I got exposure to the big boys with Liverpool.
Right.
So that was the next step in the tutorial. And that was one of the first deals that I've done in sports. I think it's the only deal I've done in sports where I very much embrace being a junior partner. Because, you know, I was so impressed with John Henry and Tom Warner and Mike Gordon and Sam Kennedy that, you know, I said, my God, I think these guys are, you know, some of the best in all of sports, and the way they thought, I thought was fantastic. And, you know, the conversation with them was, could I come in and add value to them in terms of what they want to do in version 2.0 of Fenway? And so, you know, we bought LeBron's and Mavericks business, Spring Hill, with a group of investors, including Nike, and we bought the Pittsburgh Penguins. So, you know, we're building that out, and now hopefully we're going to partner with LeBron and get an NBA team when he's ready to go. So that was that part of the tutorial. But obviously looking at Liverpool, getting to know the Liverpool guys, Billie, to his credit, had been around AC Milan for several years. And we'd sort of been watching it. Italy, but again, you think you know a lot about sports, but then you realize you really don't, because all the feedback, every time I would raise the concept of AC Milan internally or back here in the States, everyone said, you're crazy. Don't ever think about investing in Italy. But so the answer to your question is, we ultimately we were hanging around the hoop. Elliott were the owners of AC Milan. They were in the debt originally. There was a Chinese owner, and the Chinese owner hit the wall, and Elliott came in, foreclosed, and became the equity owner.
And this is Paul Singer, is very well known.
Paul Singer,
hedge fund activist, sort of.
Exactly. Yeah. So at first, it's not someone you would associate with owning a sports team. I think Paul would tell you that. But I have to tell you what the thing that really changed it for me was meeting Paul and Gordon Singer, his son, who really led the investment in the team at Elliott. And I can't say enough good things about those guys. I'm very public about how they did a phenomenal job in the 4 years that they owned AC Milan, from 2018 to when we bought it in 22, of cleaning it up. And really, it's impressive. Gordon Singer has a tremendous expertise in soccer. I mean, he plays soccer himself, and he knows it really well. But they did a great job getting this, cleaning up all the brush, and getting it, playing defense, and getting it to a place where they could hand the baton.
All right, so that explains it. Paul played soccer.
There's also more, but we can stop right here.
Yeah, but the thing I caught my attention is because I've always asked myself, how is it that Elliott, even though they're a hedge fund, they brought in just geniuses to work for this club? They brought in the best of the best. Like, how did they know? Well, this explains it right now. I didn't know this. So Gordon Singer used to play soccer, and he was involved. Like, he had the culture. Like, he knew what's up. He knew who Saki is. He knew what Milan is. He probably knew, like everybody else that knows football. They understand these things. So that was interesting. That's new for me. Yeah, we'll keep on going, but I'm telling you, did you want to say something?
No. I mean, I'll react at the end, I guess.
Okay.
Us, and then we could go on offense. And so, I made the determination to keep them involved. And so we own 100% of the equity by converted them into a seller note.
Right.
And, we bought AC Milan very attractively. I think we paid a fair price, but relative to some of these other prices that you see, I think we bought it for under a 4x revenue multiple.
Wow.
And when we bought it, it was just slightly south of cash flow positive or break even, and now we're meaningfully cash flow positive after our first year. Obviously, performance helps. We made it to semifinals of Champions League.
Right.
When I took over, it was challenging because they had just won the Scudetto, which is the championship in Serie A. So really, I took a different approach than I typically do, which is, for the first year, I did nothing really.
Wow.
I just watched. But I'll tell you, over there, the best thing you can do is don't go in guns blazing. Just watch, absorb, understand that you're an American, so you got to prove yourself. And there's a public-private partnership in sports ownership over there you do not see in the U.S.
Interesting.
We made a lot of changes, and we retooled the sporting director side, and we also turned over half the team from a player standpoint. And we got Captain America, Pulisic, as well as some other great players. And so, the average age of our team is 23 years old. We have room to grow. And, one of our initiatives also is building a new stadium. It'll be the first stadium built in Italy since 2011.
Wow.
It'll be an American-like stadium, 70,000 seats. And we're going to bring music to Milan and build a big live event entertainment campus for Milan, really anchored by the team. Something like AC Milan, I tell you, it's interesting because we're going to need to find a way to crystallize value there. But I mean, that's something that you should probably own forever.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, that is as iconic as they get, and the opportunities to
Yo, did this guy just say that he wants to own Milan forever? Oh, the fucking phone. Yo, chill out, Jerry. Chill out, dude. Keep that thought out of your head.
That would lead to Roy's suicide.
Keep that thought out of your head.
I don't think I can handle that.
All right.
I mean, that as a platform, and we're going to build this new stadium. you know, when we're done building that stadium, I promise you, we will have a company out of that builds stadiums.
Right.
So,
Interesting.
I mean, speaking of these sort of connections and the echoes, I have to think that when you're looking at AC Milan, certainly as an owner, you're thinking back to owners you've known over the years, and one person who's got to be sitting on your shoulder is Steinbrenner.
Look, you know, it's a really great point. And, you know, the benefit of, you know, even though George has passed, you know, bringing the Yankees in with us in owning AC Milan was meant to do a bunch of things. You know, I mean, it gives us a sounding board for exactly that. It's meant to say to the world, especially in Italy, you know, we're going to bring AC Milan back to the world-class seat at the table. How more world-class can you get than the New York Yankees? You know, and so, but you know, I mean, I've been around, you know, Jerry Jones and his family. I've been around Robert and Jonathan Kraft. I've been around these owners, and it's, you know, I mean, it's these guys all do it the right way, and it just sort of you just absorb it. So I knew going into AC Milan, I don't make a lot of the amateur mistakes that you see sometimes. You know, I remember one thing George always said to me, and you'd appreciate this, Alex. He said, "Whatever you do, never go into the locker room.
Wow.
Don't fraternize with the players. They have a job to do. We have a job to do. And, you know, they're never going to be your friends. You like them, you have a beer with them and everything else. But he said, you got to. And so it's interesting because in one of the first things that's come up in AC Milan is, you know, people keep saying to me, you should come down into the locker room and see the players after the game. And I will not do that because of George. And, you know, it served me well because, you know, I'm not, there's no question about my motivations. I'm not hanging out with the players. I'm not, you know, there's no vanity in this. I'm completely unemotional about it. We have a job to do. So I'm more Belichick in the sense that it's like, you know, everybody does their job. The sum of the parts will be greater than the whole. Right. And so this is not some vanity play.
Jerry, I'm laughing my ass off because
My heart is crying. I just heard I don't even know what the fuck I just heard right now.
You heard a load of BS is what you heard.
My heart is crying right now. My heart is crying.
There's more.
All right, let's keep on going.
the irony is George had Jerry to be the bridge between Jeter, myself, Mariano, and George.
So you got to find your Jerry.
In the locker room. Jerry was doing all the dirty work.
So funny.
Or the good work.
Yeah. Well, I send our CEO down to deal with them. Yeah. But that's, you know, but that's really it. And then obviously, you know, it is interesting over there, the role of the fans. That's a new thing. Like, I can't imagine like Jerry and the Cowboys having the fans, you know, question one of his moves or anything else. I mean, they could do it, but they do it in a nice, respectful way. Over there, you know, the fans are your partner, and you have to treat them seriously, and you have to, and they do not suffer fools. They expect performance. I made the changes earlier in the summer, and it led to a very visceral reaction amongst the fan base. I think I'm starting to get the benefit of the doubt from the fans now because they see the new team. They see definitely that the team and the changes we made have been an improvement. The team, they see the potential of this team to really go far.
Dude, the complete opposite happened. Literally the complete opposite. The more time has gone past, the more I'm seeing people question. Right now, the team is performing, is winning games, so the mob is relaxed right now. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, but it's from this is the problem when you have fans who are primarily fans and they don't understand the importance of key aspects like how we always point out, the team that has the best defense usually wins the league. Like, when you don't understand the game to this point, especially with Italian football, like, it's just embarrassing. It's really embarrassing.
Yeah, and to me, really, what really broke my heart there and really like destroyed my morale was when they asked him about a great president. Bro, Berlusconi is maybe the greatest
There's more
president.
to that. You should listen to what's coming next.
Okay, all right, okay. Let's keep on going.
Both in Italy and in Europe. And so, it's a question of establishing yourself and getting credibility with the fans. The only thing is, could we do a better job of explaining our moves publicly? And I've also taken the approach of not trying to do that. I haven't really interacted with the press and the media over there until recently, and so I'm trying to figure out how best to do that so they can at least understand what we bring to the game.
What's the opportunity for Italian football in that case, and specifically, how does it play into discussions around media rights, which obviously a little bit about? Where do you see that going in the short and midterm?
Yeah, look, I mean, AC Milan has the second most Champions League trophies in history behind Real Madrid. I didn't know that when I started looking at AC Milan.
Oh, my Lord.
What's interesting is, talk about George Steinbrenner, they won those championships under Silvio Berlusconi. Berlusconi, I always say Berlusconi was the George Steinbrenner of European football. He really was the first oligarch of European sports. I mean, some of the players from that era are advisors to us at AC Milan, and they tell me these stories about how Berlusconi bought the team, and then he went to the locker room and he sat down with the players, and he basically said, "I'm running for prime minister, and so I need you to win."
Oh my God.
And he said, not only win the Scudetto, which is the Italian Champions, I need you to win Champions League. And sure enough, that year they went out and they won the Champions League.
Wow.
And Berlusconi became prime minister, right? So one of those things, and it's a true story, and in some form. And so
What? Okay. This is incredibly distorted because Silvio Berlusconi did not say that he wanted to become a prime minister when he bought Milan. This was after he bought, maybe in the 2000s. He's talking about that era, but he never mentioned that in the beginning. So that's a little bit of an embellished story. Let's keep it going.
The ultimate arbitrage here, I think, is that AC Milan is truly I think it's one of the top 4 brands globally in football. And now with the barriers coming down with streaming and the fact that you can get these games broadcast to the States live, and the younger kids today all know not just the Premier League. I can't tell you, I got more shout outs from people I know, people I didn't know, when we bought AC Milan out of New York and the US than I got out of Europe.
No kidding.
And so the media rights is going to be an evolution as well. There's not a lot of competition for this media rights in Europe.
All right, before we wrap up, I have to ask you about American football, gridiron football.
Okay, that's the end.
Of which you have.
This was awful.
Yeah, this is very concerning. Yeah. That relationship of the president and the players is very important because the players need to be on their toes. They need to be on the tiptoes. The president needs to be the big boss, the big man that they respect. Like this is it's a business partnership. This is a business partnership. It's not even yeah, overall, very disappointed in what I heard, to be honest with you. It just doesn't give me much confidence. And the reason is not because what he's saying is wrong. It's just that I know the mentality of our competition. And the mentality of our competition is much more planted in traditional European football methodologies, ways of thinking, ways of competing. It's about competing. That's what they understand in Europe, that it's about this. It's about competition. That's what keeps the people stuck with their butts on the seats in Europe. And all of that is completely missing. All of that is completely missing. This is just theory. God bless him, man. He's courageous. He's courageous. He's putting himself in a cage full of hungry lions. He better needs to know how to survive it. But yeah, I was very, very, very disappointed with what I heard. This kind of mentality, I don't have confidence in it. So you can't own a team. You can't own a team like Milan and not understand the sport, and not understand the culture, and not understand why Milan is Milan. It just can't. How can that work? I don't see how that can work. I don't know, guys. You tell me.
It doesn't work. The fact that he openly is saying he has no connection with the team. Like, just stick to American sports. Just stick to American sports. This guy has no clue. He has no clue how it is here. And the problem is we have these bonehead fans who just blatantly don't understand, who will blatantly support this nonsense because we have a few wins. Like, that's just crazy to me.
Well, here we have YKD. He's got like a more positive approach, and I want to tackle it. And it's just okay. You say we heard very different things. Not gonna lie, he clearly was ignorant at the start, but you can see he's trying to learn. He's trying to learn. We want to be great, and his aim is to make us the biggest brand. So the things there are, just because he wants to do that doesn't mean he's going to be able to do that. First thing, right? And the other thing is, what are his motivations? His motivations are it's money. It's about profit. It's about investment. It's about cash flow. Trophy mentality to win trophies is different. Is different. You feel it, you see it, you can touch it. You can touch it. And this is the thing. All of this is nice. It's Walt Disney. It's a good story. You know, Billie Bean. Like, it's Hollywood, right? It's Hollywood. It's a story with a great ending. But at the end of the day, the teams we are facing are not owned by people that discovered football a few years ago. The teams that we're facing are teams that understand the game very well. And they're going to do markets based on performance and trophies. And they are going to also do that Moneyball stuff because it's part of the business. But their motive is not to be a profitable brand. You saw what he said. He said that eventually his biggest plan is to turn after he builds the stadium, to turn his company also into a company that builds infrastructures and stadiums. It's all great stuff. Yeah, okay, good. But the sporting aspect is not there. It is not there. And it's not going to work. I have no confidence it's going to work.
Yeah, like everything he's saying sounds good on paper, but that's not how this sport actually works.
Right. It sounds good for business. Like, we're going to make lots of money in the future. But like the Milan fans, the Curva, if you don't win trophies, they're going to get relentless. They're going to get relentless.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to get relentless. So eventually, it's going to come down to that.
These guys are too concerned with things that don't actually have to deal with the team. Like, you're focusing on things right now that have nothing to do with Milan. Yeah, you want to get a stadium. Everyone wants to get a stadium. But if your ultimate goal is to turn the new San Siro, so to speak, into some entertainment place, that's not what your long-term goal should be. Your long-term goal should be to catch up to Real Madrid, to distance yourself from everybody else. That's your long-term goal.
Yeah, and just like also the person, like, okay, you gotta understand. Some people, like Berlusconi, obviously, like, I understood him. Like, I saw him many times on TV. I saw how he was. Like, that guy is a person that I don't know how to say. He commended respect, right? People respected him. People saw him with a lot of respect. He had incredible personality. Like, that's a big part of it, And that's why that team was so focused. And why Berlusconi's teams were so elite and focused, because they represented Berlusconi and what he wanted to achieve and his person. Like, Berlusconi was people, won't like him because of his politics, but he was a person that in Italy did entrepreneurial things of an incredible level, and he had a lot of personality, was respected by a lot of people, also hated for political reasons because of left versus right. But that's a big element to all of this. And we kind of had that in Maldini. Maldini had that element of respect, that element of reverence, that element of, okay, this is what Milan is about. This is what we fight for. This is how we're going to grow. This is how we're going to develop. This is about values. This is about Milan. This is about the love for this club. This is about trophies, respecting the history of this club, why we are here. Like, we did have that in Maldini, but if this is the mentality, this team is really going to be struggle to have an identity. Like, what is the identity of this team? Like, with this kind of mentality.
But you know what I find really funny? He said the people who were there were telling him stories about how Berlusconi came in and said he wanted to win, but Maldini was the one who was there for 5 of those. So how is it that you have no clue how massive this guy is and what side effects would happen if you fired him? If the staff told you about these stories, those stories have to include Maldini. So where were you?
That's another thing, man. I find it very strange that he just did not expect of such such a tough feedback from that move. Like, if you don't expect that and you think people are just going to go along, it means like you have not studied your environment, you have not really done your homework, you don't really know what you're doing. These things are concerning things, and of course he's going to learn because he's in the environment now. He has no choice but to learn. But the thing is, like, guys, this is Milan. This is we're not a playground for the learners. We're the playground for the gladiators. Like, we need the high level people here, high level people to really lead Milan to the top of Europe. I don't know how do, yeah, yeah. I'm telling you, what do you think about this interview? How did you see it?
So, okay, I'm going to explain my position. So, I was always on this channel somebody who has advocated for good owners. And my position still stands that unless we have an owner who is able to spend and compete with the best owners in the world, the chances of us winning a Champions League are like very, very small, close to none. So when Elliot was in charge, I didn't have the hope of winning a Champions League. Um, Elliot's goal was not to win. They didn't have tradition, but Gordon Singer did get Maldini, and he did bring some tradition. We won the Scudetto, and it was pretty fine. Like, things were going good, but I still don't know if we would have won the Champions League with Elliot. But anyways, going to Redbird, this guy, I mean, of course, his goal and his is very clear from this interview, and it's similar to Elliot in the sense that it's all business. Um, Now, of course, the difference is that he got rid of Maldini and he got rid of some of the more traditional aspects of the team. And, you know, because of that, like, do I think we're going to win the Champions League with this ownership? No. Um, Maybe, I guess it's a big experiment. Like, I'm sure that if he needs some more like reference or things start going, like if we don't win a trophy in like the next year or two, then he'll start to make some changes because there will be a bit of like dissatisfaction. Um, so my perspective is like, yeah, okay, it's not ideal, but I'm not like I still think that we can at least fight domestically and do okay, and then hopefully eventually, um, an ownership change does come. So like my perspective is that like I'm still gonna be a Milan fan. I'm still gonna cheer for the team. It's just like I don't I never really had hopes of winning the Champions League, which maybe is a difference because I think you're under the opinion that with Elliot and Maldini, we would have won the Champions League eventually, which is hard. I don't know if I believe that. So, yeah, I'm just trying to see what happens with the experiment.
Yeah, but the problem I have here is that we were in the right direction. We were winning. We were getting to Champions League semifinals, and he came in and said, even though all of this is working, I'm gonna come in and sabotage the team in the first year, and revamp everything and try and do it my way. You cannot support that.
So, I mean, like, yeah, I mean, yes, we made the Champions League semifinal. Well, this is going to sound kind of harsh, but I think we never beat a top 5 team, top 6 team in Europe during that stretch. The Napoli tie was the most impressive to me. But my point is, like, even with, like, the thing is,
Antonio, you're shitting your pants over Tottenham. Stop, dude. You're like English teams. English teams scare me. You're saying that stuff.
Elliot. Okay, Tottenham with Conte is not impressive, but Elliot, as much as I like them, they're not winning a Champions League. Like, it's just as simple as that. I mean, look at all the past Champions League teams that have won. I mean, I think Porto in 2004 is like the only example of a team that didn't have like a super ambitious owner. Like, it's so crazy for that to happen. So that's my argument. But I don't. So, anyways, if Milan, we had a good run and we had a very favorable path. But my other thing is, okay, yes, he did change the trajectory, but I mean, in his mind, he's using like more of an analytic approach, and it's all an experiment. Like, I guess that's what I'm saying. I don't know if it's right. I'm not like saying he's like doing a good job, but I mean, at least I don't think the players he's brought in are bad per se. I just don't know how we will improve from here, and how we will keep investing because we do need to like invest in a striker and other positions. So I don't know how he's going to keep changing the team, but I mean, I don't think that it's like that much worse than I guess what we did last year. I mean, the Champions League was huge, of course, but I think we can still improve.
The problem right now is that you're giving them like partial credit when they have no credit to their name at all. The team that got to the semifinals was not them. That's Maldini.
I didn't give them credit for the semifinals. I'm saying that like I don't think they did that bad of a mercato last year. I don't think they've done like
that's my problem right there.
Yeah.
You said they didn't do bad of a mercato. We're still benefiting from the team that actually did something.
I mean, I would argue that
Maldini's momentum.
Of course, Maldini, and I always said like, of course, I'm grateful for Maldini. He brought in a lot of really great players. Like I've always
I want to push back. I want to push back on that. For me, it was a bad mercato, and I don't just look over things like, okay, you didn't think about defensive solidity, and then just be okay. Well, I'm satisfied because the bench player scored many goals. I don't overlook that. For me, that's not something that that matters a lot. That's the difference between a championship and no. So for me, it is a bad mercato, but I don't think what they did was very impressive in the mercato because they bought players. But for me, the issue here, from the more I see this, is just the mentality and the motives and the identity. Like, these things are important. Why is it that Real Madrid always fucking wins in Europe? Why? Why is it? Because they have an identity. They have a belief. They have this tradition. They have this DNA. You think with this, like, hey, let's turn a soccer into baseball, you're going to go in Europe and do that? Or
no,
even in Italy.
I would argue,
even in Italy.
I would argue
what's better is that they keep talking about the Yankees. The Yankees have been absolute dog water for how many years?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't follow baseball, so I don't know.
That's my point. The Yankees have really been garbage for years.
I push.
Years.
The only thing I was saying before on this point though is, and yes, you're saying that Maldini would have been enough for us, but again, with Elliott as the owner, it's still the same thing for me if we're talking about Champions League.
Okay, but the market when these guys first came in, they literally handicapped Maldini. This guy's
Yeah.
admitting that he handicapped Maldini, and he still got them to the Champions League. So even with Maldini, it still would work.
I don't think even with
chose
Maldini, I don't think we would be
they
able to
chose
beat
not to.
Real Madrid or other top
Yeah,
teams.
yeah, you would, because Maldini would build a team with that mentality, to go in and play against Real Madrid and beat them. That's the whole point. Maldini will do that. Maldini will build a team with that mentality.
But how do you build a team like that without a lot of financial support from
Well,
Elliott?
listen, the year we won the Scudetto, they gave him also almost 90 million.
Exactly.
90 million they give him. It was just the year after we won the Scudetto, shit turned for the worse. They gave him 50 million, and we spoke about this every day. They didn't even give him time to start the Mercato early. So if they would have just continued the way they were, 90 million would have probably become 100 million or 120 million. And with that kind of money, yeah, he's going to do it. He's definitely going to do it. There's no doubt. We're talking about a football god in a way, dude. Like, we're literally talking about a football god in a way. Like, sportingly.
I mean, it's just still hard for me to believe. Like, I mean, I look at teams like Inter, for example, who
Yeah.
are very solid. They have a really good sporting director. They're going to win the Scudetto this year.
Mhm.
They, they're well coached. But, last year in the final, what made a difference was individual quality in some moments, and they lost a tight game against Man City. Like, I just think that at the end of the day, it's very hard, to compete with the quality of these top teams. You can get a bit
Yeah, but you
lucky and
think
tough it out, but
Maldini can build that quality, dude. That quality is also a mental quality. You're not paying Guardiola all that money just to show them how to fucking pass the ball. Like, Guardiola is bringing those guys a mentality that is a winning mentality. And that's what Maldini knows how to do. He was born into that with his father. The moment he played for Milan, always win. This is the guy that's probably played in the most finals ever, probably, maybe one of the top guys. So it's that sporting competitive mentality. This is a thing that only few people have at that level on the planet. And this guy was ready to give all of that for this club. It's like, Jesus, like, can it get it even more perfect than that? What are we doing here?
And then again, and then when it comes to the whole Moneyball aspect as well too, if you don't have the money to spend, you need someone who can actually use something to pull players in other than money, which is what we don't have. And Maldini was able to pull players in despite the fact we did not have the money to compete with everybody else.
Correct.
You have to have an ace up your sleeve if money is not your first option.
Yeah, I mean, look, under Maldini, what happens? We get players that now are considered amongst the best in the world, right? You do a few more years of that, then it's just more than three players. It becomes 4 or 5 players. We're looking at Tonali as a top player. We were looking at Leao as a top player. We're looking at Theo Hernandez, Mike Maignan. These are top players. We're looking at these guys are top level players. Now, we sold Tonali. Maybe you can argue Pulisic kind of replaced that top player thing. Maybe he's a top player. I don't know. But with Maldini, we would have grown many of those guys. And we'd have a team with 6, 7 players that we think are top players, and then great players on the bench with super mentality. Yeah, you beat Real Madrid. You beat these teams. Like, you can't fear these guys. You can't be scared of these guys. You have to go in and fucking fight him and be better than them, Like, that's not easy to do. Maldini knows how to do this shit better than anybody else on the planet.
Yeah,
but he wouldn't have been able to buy world-class players.
How do you know? How do you know?
Because we wouldn't have the money to buy world-class.
Is Leao world class? Is Leao world class?
After like 4 years of development, he is at a point where, I mean, I think you can.
Okay, but now you have more money. Maybe you buy players that are closer than 4 years. Players that maybe can become world class right away. Like you don't know, you get a player and then Vicha Verasquilla, you get a Vicha Verasquilla, he's a world class player right away.
And I will say this though, but even Leao is very, is an amazing player. But even Leao, I mean, in the Champions League, I want to see him score like 2 goals in a big game. I want to see him have those types of performances. I know Vinicius Jr. can do that. I know other players can do that. There's like levels, and it's very hard for us to get those top players.
Exactly.
I mean, look,
so if you can't afford those top players, then you need someone who can negotiate these types of deals to get at least potential top players. And now we don't.
I mean,
have
yeah,
that.
I think he's a good negotiator. Like, I think he did. Of course, I would never deny that. I guess what I'm just saying is like, ultimately for me, winning the Champions League was not realistic. I just didn't believe that.
well, but did you think that we could have won this league?
I mean, before it happened, I mean, I don't know. I guess it was much more realistic because Juventus was doing
that's not the
pretty
question.
poor.
That's not the question. I'm not asking you to go back and analyze it. I'm saying, what were you thinking at the time? Were you like, no, we'll definitely win the league with these guys?
I didn't say we will definitely win the league, but I said,
okay. So how do you know it?
Well, because winning the league, basically you're competing with Inter, who's probably the best team on paper, and I thought that we were still like around the second best team on paper in the league.
I'm not arguing the fact that if you have Maldini and someone that is a little bit more ambitious with their money, that's better. I'm not arguing that.
Yeah. No, I mean, of course. What I'm saying is like I'm not disagreeing, but again, I'm not like anti-Maldini. What I'm saying is, I just think that this ownership
these guys
now
are
is
anti-Maldini, and if they're anti-Maldini and you support them, you are by association anti-Maldini.
Damn.
I'm just supporting my.
That's crazy.
I mean, I'm just talking about the fact that I'm still gonna cheer for my club. Like, I'm not gonna. You guys can go and protest outside. I mean, whatever. I'm still gonna
and
watch
this
games.
argument here about the club is a non sequitur in this conversation. I don't know why you always go to that. Like,
well, we're all to that because you guys are accusing.
We're
me
all
of
supporters of. We're all supporters of Milan here, right? At the end of the day,
well, you guys
we're criticized. Like a lot of time, people criticize players. Florenzi sucks. He needs to be sold. Fuck Florenzi. Fuck Pioli. Fuck this guy. All right. Some people want to talk about the managers. Does that make us not supporters of Milan?
Well, no, I was using
what kind of conversation is that? That is a non sequitur.
Okay, well, you didn't say this, but Nathan did. I was responding to Nathan saying that just because I still cheer for Milan, it makes me anti-Maldini. So that's just as stupid as what you're saying right now. So let's have some consistency with what we're saying.
What does
being a Milan
Maldini have to do with being a fan of Milan?
That was my point. You were calling me anti-Maldini, and I was saying no. I'm just a fan of Milan, and I'm still watching the games.
If you are giving these guys any sort of chance, after they blatantly said,
what did I say? What have I said? What have you been listening to? What I've been saying?
Okay, actually,
I said that this team has. I'm not saying they have any chance of winning the Champions League or doing anything big. Like I never said that.
But let's explore that. Let's explore that because I've said what I feel about that. That I really don't have any confidence in this because it's like if I go to the NBA and buy the Lakers and I'm like, yeah, man, this is like Milan, this is Berlusconi, and I bring football mentality to NBA. It's like what are you doing? Like you ain't gonna win shit. You're gonna make a fool out of yourself. Mm-hmm. So that's the first thing. But my question let's be generous here. So are there ways this can actually work? Like, I don't know. What do you think there's ways that this can work, Antonio?
But what do you mean, like winning the Scudetto? Like what?
No, becoming a team that is worthy of the AC Milan name.
Well, I mean that's subjective. Like, what do you? Because
what do you mean it's subjective? What do you mean it's subjective? What do you mean it's subjective?
The answer is no because you don't like you hate them to the core.
No, that's not the question. I'm asking you. you and also
Yeah,
Nathan,
sure.
but I'll ask you first because you're more, let's say, positive about it. What are the avenues of success you see with these guys? Like you said that
Okay.
in Europe you have no faith,
To win
but
the Champions League, yeah.
what do you think they need to do in order to win in Europe?
So they would have to, for me, buy a really top class striker, and they would have to not sell our best player to refund the mercato. Like we would have to hold on to our best, like all of our best players. I mean, the Tonali thing with the betting scandal. I mean,
Well,
who
that's
knows what
hindsight.
happened
Don't
with
even
that?
bring it up. It's hindsight.
Sure. Yeah, I mean,
Appeal
whatever.
appeal to hindsight.
No. What I mean by that is, I'm saying if they knew about that, then that would maybe make that a bit of a different story. But anyways, what I'm saying is if they sell their best players like one of them every summer, it'll be very hard for us to improve because we'll have to find a replacement. So I agree, we would have to keep our best players, buy a very very important striker now that Giroud is going to the MLS, and I mean purely for now. I mean in the league, I think he's good, but maybe in the future you would have to get a caliber manager, and I think like if you just buy top world like a few one or two more top class players, then you get a bit closer. But of course, you need a manager who has experience, and you need a team that's deep enough, and you need to, of course, solidify the defense and the midfield and make it and concede less goals. But yeah, I think of course, you have to spend the money to buy some top class players.
And do you think that mentality is a non sequitur?
Sure, I guess that's also what I meant by like with a new manager as well. I think he can bring more mentality as opposed to
Okay,
like
so
winning.
so now we're talking really technical stuff. So you're saying that the mentality is going to come from the new manager?
I think a lot of it can. Of course, we have Ibrahimovic and other people in the club as well, but like I think to motivate the team, like Jerry's not going into the locker room. Like I don't think. I mean, it has to come from somewhere else. Um, I think the manager has the main responsibility of doing that.
Yeah. Nathan, do you see any positive outcomes?
Nope, because these guys, along with Pioli, have no clue what a team actually looks like. See, this is the one thing when you had Maldini, if anything, is a serial winner. He knows what a strong team is actually supposed to look like. Pioli has no clue what a Champions League winning side looks like. These owners obviously have no clue what anything is in football. So how are nothing but inexperienced people supposed to build you a Champions League winning team when they don't even understand that we've been playing 5-0-5 this entire time? And you want me to believe that we're gonna beat the Madrids and things like that when you have people who across the board have no clue what they're talking about? No, it's never gonna happen.
I think it's just logical, dude. Like it's not, you're saying something that is just logic. It's not
Exactly.
controversial. This is not controversial. It's just logical. It's nature. This is observable nature. Like these are obvious logical things.
And it's really funny because these guys did this whole market based off of our encounter with Chelsea, and yet the teams with the most Champions League and the teams that play the best football are teams that don't play like typical EPL teams. So you're basing this off of a team that is struggling right now, instead of trying to base your market on teams. If you're going to base it from the EPL, you need to base the teams off of like Liverpool and Manchester City and Arsenal. Look at the type of players they have. Do they have 5 box-to-box midfielders? No.
Yeah. That is insane to me. I don't think
this
that can be considered as like an oopsie. Oopsie. No, that's fucking criminal, dude. What are we doing here? You have so much money to spend this summer, and you've done this so arrogantly. You better build a fucking great team. Like you ain't
Right.
getting
So
no appearance.
exactly, and
Yeah,
this is my problem. Like these guys, their knowledge of the game is so poor. It's actually staggering. It's actually staggering.
yeah, it is.
Like I would literally take Paul and have him do every position that they are occupying by himself, and
Me
the
too.
team will be better off.
I agree. I agree. I have more confidence in Paul. I would have more confidence in Paul. And I really believe that. I really
Like
believe that.
When Berlusconi came in, did he do nothing in his first year?
No, Berlusconi was
Did
hands
did
on. Berlusconi.
did Berlusconi, when he was winning all these Champions Leagues, did he sell his best players every single year? Like these guys are talking and doing the exact opposite of
Bruh,
the legends that they claim to speak about.
dude, Berlusconi would show up at the training camp in a helicopter, bro. Like he will show up in a fucking helicopter and go and like, boss around. Make sure that when he passes by, everybody is chest up, back straight. Everybody, toes on everybody. You got to look. Everybody's got to be perfect. Like that's the kind of personality Berlusconi was. That's why he was able to build a team with that kind of mentality. Um, yeah, this is very concerning to me. Very
Yeah,
concerning.
everything he's saying, he has done the exact opposite. Can you imagine? Can you imagine if the owners of Real Madrid came? Let's actually, yeah, let's use that. Imagine the owners of Real Madrid, and they come to Milan. They're the Milan owners now. Imagine if they came in and sold every single person. Do you think that the fans would be happy?
No,
Exactly. Because a real owner that comes in would never do something like that. So why should the fans accept it from these people?
well, okay. I'm gonna explain the psychology of
They
fans,
sold one person, one
but
main guy.
but I'm
Yeah,
going to
and it's gonna keep happening. This is what Antonio. I need you to grasp this. They said in order to build the team, they have to sell. The only players that on this team that anybody wants are our best players. How are you going to build your team unless you sell
Well,
them? No
yeah, I
one
mean,
wants Calabria. No one wants Giroud. No one wants Okafor. No one wants Benacer. You know who they want? They want Liao. They want Teo. They want Mike. They want
and
Tonali. That's who's being sold.
yeah, I
and I
mean, sorry,
can
go
I
ahead.
say something before Evan Antonio also? And also look at his psychology. You can already tell what is going to really satisfy him by this interview, because when you talk about Toulouse, how he had the investment and then he sold a player for 15 million, he got applause and everybody. Oh, okay, great. So that's his dose of what do you call it?
Oh,
Dopamine.
Dopamine
no.
right there. So he's going to love being next year when I don't know, they sell reindeers for 60 million to whoever. He's going to love sitting here telling people, yeah, we bought him for 20 million, but we sold him for 60 million, and everybody's going to give him that dopamine shot, you know.
Yeah, and this is like honestly, this is the point that I agree with you guys the most on is the actual concern of like selling our best players, which I already said before. Now, I was using Tonali because I was saying if they knew that he was betting, maybe that's why they were motivated to sell him. But of course, if they keep selling a best player every year, then of course that I was concerned about that before when they took over the club. That was my biggest concern. I don't want to be a selling club.
Well, I mean,
So
they
in that,
said it
yeah,
though.
yeah, exactly. So if that actually happens and they sell without like bringing in real quality, then of course I'm going to be very disappointed. I mean, I'm not like a pro Redbird. I'm just not trying. I'm still, I guess, interested in seeing if they actually sell all of our players like
And
that.
to
But
be fair, like there are other players that are sellable too that maybe are not going to have the same impact as Leao. Like you can sell Tomori and Benacer, right? These are two important players for Milan, but it's not like selling Tao, Leao, and Magnan. Selling Tao, Leao, and Magnan is like Tonali. It's one of those players where you're like, yo, what the fuck? These are the pillars. Like our team is built around these pillars. We need to add on to these pillars, not take pillars away. But they can sell Tomori, Benacer, and well, just those two players make as much as they did with Tonali, maybe more, if they want to sell. Like, we don't have to sell Leao. Why do we need to sell Leao, for heaven's sake?
Yeah, but did you see what the budget was?
What is it?
Like the budget in the beginning was like next to nothing.
This is what I'm assuming, Nathan. They're going to get an allocated amount for the budget, which is always around 30 to 40 million. That's what they do every year. Then we're going to add on to that the Champions League revenue or part of it and sales. So they're going to have a decent amount of money, I think.
Well, yeah, that's the whole thing. They're gonna rely on us selling CDK, and I think maybe I
Yeah.
can't remember who else it was.
Salamaker, CDK.
Right. But
Um,
again, if we're a big club, why do we need to rely on selling them to have a good market?
you know what? And Maldini did say this. Maldini said with the revenues that Milan was making, they did not need to be a selling club. They could have had actually a market just the same as the one that Milan did this year.
Exactly.
Without having to sell Tonali. Maldini did say that. But because there, the money structure is based on this business model. And so, that's the issue.
Yeah. Like, and I know people are saying, the biggest thing they did wrong was fire Maldini, but
This is great.
if you are a business person and you have no like I can't get over the fact that he said the people at the club would sell stories about Berlusconi and how he did this and that.
Yeah.
But then they go and fire Maldini. Like,
Yeah.
again, like this is the opposite of what they're saying.
hey guys, I think I'm gonna head out because the game is in like the game's about to start basically, and I gotta get some sleep. But
You don't need to go to sleep, dude.
yeah, I'm tired, man. All right, have a good night, guys.
Good night.
Good night.
So this is a good comment here. Jerry monitored the team for 1 year, did nothing, and the first action he took was firing Maldini. In 1 year, Jerry learned.
Semifinals of the Champions League.
That is hilarious, dude. It's hilarious. Yeah, for me, look, that mentality aspect, that whole idea, that philosophy, that spirit, that competitive spirit is such an important aspect of football. And the knowledge, the defensive knowledge, just the knowledge of football. It's so important to have people at the club that know this game in and out. And if you can get people in the club that not only know the game in and out, but they're actually not mercenaries, they're actually doing it because they love this club, because they have their blood etched in the name of this club, and they're willing to do that. It's like, shit, man. I can't get over it, Nathan, dude. I cannot get over it.
What's even better is that these guys are talking about how important Leao is and this and that. Every single one of these guys said that they are here because Maldini.
Of course.
They said, every single one said, I'm here because of Maldini.
Yeah. I know, of course. You saw when Maldini left, they're all shocked, dude. Andre says, I'm headed to the San Siro, guys. Andre right now is in Milano. He was at the Fiorentina game. He sent some cool videos. So he's experiencing the team firsthand right now. That's really cool. You're going to be watching Milan Lecce in a few hours, I guess. So I'm sure you're having a really good time there. We really want to know how your holiday or experience went after you're back. So looking forward to it, to knowing about your Italian experience, my friend. Edison Sokoli says, Roy, you're going to answer my Xerxes question? All right, let's see. What is the
I
Xerxes
didn't even
question?
see the question myself.
Let me see. Roy, if Milan gets Xerxes and wins Scudetto 2025, how do you view the Cardinale? I maintain this position, even if for some miracle they can turn this club into a winning team, like a top level winning machine team. I would still not give them their flowers because of how they treated Maldini. And that for me, it just that will never go away. Like the disrespect you gave to this man who has given all for this club, bro. You like 2 sentences, really? You should fucking throw a ceremony for this dude. You should fucking throw a parade, a thankful. You should Piazza Duomo. Like if you're gonna do this, if you're gonna fire him, you got to do it with grace. You got to know what you're like. No. You got to know what you're doing. That is so disrespectful to me that I can't. Like honestly, I wouldn't care. They can if they win the treble, I still wouldn't give them any flowers.
Yeah, and then and again, these guys are business people. I get that. But when you come in and then you say, yeah, we heavily relied on the growth decree. As a business person, shouldn't you really look into that and see what does it entail?
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
isn't that like the first thing you do?
Of course. That's what I've been asking myself, dude. Like, how do you like listen, if I go buy a cricket club, okay, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to understand the cricket club culture in India. I'm going to understand the Indian cricket club culture, the fan base. Who are the teams that have been winning? Who are the biggest teams? And what do these people think? I'm going to go and understand the environment really well, understand who the best people are. I mean, that is such an obvious thing. Like, I can't believe how obvious this is.
Yeah,
It's not like we're not doing. It's not rocket science,
blown
man.
away. I'm literally blown away by the whole thing.
Yeah. What should Cardinale do to win you over? I don't think anything, man. Nothing. I don't know. What do you think? Like, so let you answer this question. If what
there's quite literally nothing that can be done. He needs to leave for me.
Harsh.
When he leaves, then I'll be happy because I know for a fact this guy cares about one thing: making a profit. He does not care about winning the Champions League, and that's why I brought up Berlusconi and the difference. When Berlusconi wanted to win the Champions League, what did he do? Go buy real players. That's what he does. Berlusconi goes and buys Bellingham. That's what he does.
Yes, exactly.
He goes and gets Holland.
Boom. Yep.
That's what he does.
He ain't even waiting.
People are gonna say, "Oh, it's not the same time period."
No, he's gonna do it. He's gonna do it.
Fact, and the thing is, the way the dollar has came, if Berlusconi was the owner now, like if he came and did that now, he would be spending money like Manchester City.
Yeah, Berlusconi would definitely buy. He was in tune with that aspect of the game. Who are the best in the game? Who are the best players? And he was in tune with knowing that it is important to get the best players, and you have to anticipate the market. You got to be smart. You know, they were smart with Kaká. They were smart with Shevchenko. They were smart with a lot of players. You know, a lot of players. Pirlo, Gattuso. Even like the legends, like Maldini. Well, Maldini was right before Berlusconi, but a lot of players. So
They need to leave because I know if they stay, this club will never be great ever.
The issue is that I see the mentality that this guy wants to bring, And you see what his real passion is. His real passion is not football. His real
Yeah, it's
passion is
entertainment.
business,
It,
entertainment, and
he's
business,
yeah,
business.
yeah.
Like,
Like
yeah, go ahead.
I'm just. I mean, I'm really just in shock. Like I don't know how else to like explain this. Like people who follow Milan because of the values and traditions of the club, especially for those who became fans in the Bante era. You became fans because of tradition, because of values, because of what the club stood for. That is why you became a fan. So to accept this in any capacity, it's just like you're on drugs, man. You got to be on drugs. Like these guys came in and spit on everything that this club stands for.
Yeah, yeah. I just and what worries me is just that I know that the competition is not like this, dude. I can't think. Maybe Roma has an ownership, but they've been okay. They've been pretty decent. The Roma ownership, but it's still a weak kind of ownership. I think De Laurentiis has just went fucking crazy. I don't know. The problem with Italian culture sometimes is that you see it even in the national team. Like they win trophies and then they just like, yeah, you know, we did it. We don't need to do it again. But Milan is part of that. Was part of that culture with Juve and Inter. That you got to always keep on winning trophies and never stop. Winning one trophy is just it's just because you want to win the next one. Um,
Right. Like that's the thing. Like if your desire is to win trophies, then go win a trophy. Then like this is just it's embarrassing.
yeah, and this is the thing. Like he never speaks about winning trophies. He speaks about making the club as big as.
Hmm.
That is a big red flag right there. This guy, he's if Milan doesn't win the Champions League, if Milan doesn't win the Scudetto, he ain't losing any sleep over it. That's what he's pretty much saying.
Like look at the whole second star situation. How are fans? That should piss people off the most right now. Is the fact that Inter is winning the second star after we spent 130 million. 130 million. I expect us to win at least the league.
Yeah.
Like if that doesn't happen, then this was pointless. Firing Maldini was pointless. Getting rid of Tonali was pointless.
Yeah, it
Like
was
you
all
gotta
pointless.
have something to show for it. If you have nothing to show for it, then I mean, then this is the whole thing was just dumb. It's just
I
dumb.
mean, literally, it's literally the exact same season as last year, minus the points that Lazio took away from us because Lazio last season was the second best team in Italy. Roma took some points away from us. Napoli took points away from us last season. It was mostly those three teams, and Sassuolo took some points away from us. They kind of fell out. But those three teams not taking points away from us is pretty much the difference this year. So it's the fact that those three teams fell off, and maybe you can argue, well, we at least we stayed more or less where we were. But yeah, I agree. If you're going to do such a bold move, you need to have the courage because I find it also a little bit hypocritical. He said, don't go in there full blast, kind of like pretending you know the shit. Right, he did say that at a certain point, but that's kind of what he did the second season. He went in, fired Maldini, took over. We're doing Moneyball. This shit is going to work. Blah 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 blah. And yeah, nothing really changed except we are a weaker team mentally, and we lost some extremely valuable pieces. For what? For what?
I mean, it's this is just. I never expected after everything that went down with everything went down with Milan and Maldini coming back, and like we looked like a winning team finally. Like I did not expect this.
No, never did I, dude. That's crazy. I would never. This was the last thing I expected. And another thing that is really ugly in all of this is that when you go back to Maldini's interview, and Maldini says that when he spoke to Jerry, Jerry told him, "We're going to fire you." Maldini asked him why, and Jerry responded, "Because of your poor relations with Furlani," which obviously means that Furlani was talking to Jerry behind.
Mm-hmm. Behind his back. Yep. You still there? Whoa, Roy, I can't hear you. What's going on? Can anyone hear me? Uh-oh.
Yo, can you hear me?
Oh, what happened? Yeah, I can hear you. What happened?
Yep.
Did the stream get cut?
No, we're live. We're live.
Oh, everything just like completely went blank.
No. But yeah. So I'm very worried about the sporting aspect. One of the things also that kind of worried me a little bit is that from what I've saw tonight, I think he is in for the long run. So maybe that talk of a takeover with Arab ownership is gone, and maybe he found, I don't know, because he's talking in long term, right? It sounded like this is long term, so his goal is still the stadium. Obviously, the stadium would be good for Milan. There's no doubt about that. No matter who builds the stadium, it would be good for Milan. It really comes down to how that money will be used and if you're going to really give this team a winning identity. By that time, if Cardinale has not, if that I mean, we're talking about almost 10 years from now. If Cardinale hasn't established some kind of winning identity in 10 years,
But he can't though.
I've lost.
There's no way he can. Like if you're gonna establish a winning mentality, like you gotta surround yourself with winners. He surrounded these guys. We literally have people in here who have never even played the game.
Yeah, that's worrying. That's worrying.
Like literally, just think about that. Like, I mean, don't get me wrong. Pioli has obviously played the game, But
No, we're talking
Pioli's
about the
thing,
ownership. Yeah.
well, yeah, but also with Pioli, like Pioli's like, God, like he acts so amateurish. Like
Yeah, I mean, Pioli
at
needs.
least he should have like he needs to be the scout or something. Like he can't rely on the scouts because these scouts don't know anything, unfortunately.
Well, the thing is that Pioli should not even be in that position. To be honest with you, Pioli should not be. Pioli should give his suggestion, but he should not have that much voice on the market. Um, no, like balance is very important in football. It's very important, and we totally lost that. I am shocked that Pioli thought that he was going to have the new Barcelona because that's how he spoke about it during the summer. You're saying we're going to defend with the ball as if we're Barcelona.
Yeah, and in order to do that, you gotta have the players to do it. Like this is what this guy like legitimately does not understand. Like you just don't get to be Barcelona.
Yeah. The thing I don't understand from Jerry, the club is buying players based on the revenue achieved. Okay, fine. Yet, why does Jerry allocate additional budget from his own money to the
Wait a minute,
mercato?
wait a minute. This person said he's buying players based on the revenue achieved. We achieved what 100 million in revenues.
Yeah,
He
I
gave
mean,
none to Maldini. So this
right.
honestly is a load of BS.
Well, there is an issue with that because this is very strange. Again, here we have to kind of make this distinction to be as fair as possible. Someone is lying here? Someone is lying. Is it Maldini or is it Furlani and Jerry or whatnot? So, according to Maldini, before he was fired, they told him that they're going to give him a budget of 35 million. And this is what Longoni was writing on the news. So I think Maldini was telling the truth there. But then in the end, the budget was double that plus the sale of Tonali. And Maldini was saying, with all the money, with the Champions League, semi-final, with all the successes, Milan was up making 400 million. And with those revenues, Milan could have had a really top-level market. So these guys are manipulating the percentages based on who is working there. If Maldini was there, we're going to keep costs low. With these guys, we're going to allocate a little bit more money. So it's a really weird operation. Go ahead.
Yeah, like it's, and we know, well, especially with this interview, we know for sure that Maldini was telling the truth because he said he did nothing his first year.
Yeah.
After winning the Scudetto,
That's
you give
insane.
Maldini nothing.
That is insane.
Maldini got at least 80 million for getting second place. And then after winning it, you give him 35 million, 50 million. And then he gets to the semifinals.
No, he got first with 80 million or 90 million.
No, but that's what I'm saying. Like after winning, after he got 80 million after getting second place. He spent 80 million.
Oh yeah, correct. Yeah, you're right. Yeah. I see what you're saying.
Yeah. And then you win the league, then they give you 50 million.
And they don't even renew your contract until the last moment.
Right. Then
so you don't even know if you're going to be if you're going to be doing any work.
Then we get to the semifinals of it. Like if this guy was legitimate in saying he wants to win everything, how do you get rid of the person that is directly responsible for getting to the semifinals of Champions League?
Yeah, I
like
listen.
Everything that they say is a complete lie. It's a complete lie.
Yeah, and I think that he just doesn't know. He doesn't understand that. I think he doesn't understand that. Like I really legitimately think that he didn't understand what was happening. He doesn't understand the game. He's being told, Furlani's calling him, telling him that Maldini this, Maldini that. Maldini sent him also that dossier for the Champions League. And Maldini and Furlani never responded to him. Like they never spoke to Maldini.
Yeah.
They sabotaged that first year, fired him terribly, left 2 words on the website, 2 sentences, and then all of a sudden, all this money was available, and all of a sudden, rainbows and sunshine. Furlani Moncada, millions of dollars. We're buying every Moneyball, and we're gonna sell Tonali. He's gonna blah blah. Bruh, what is going on? Really, we wait 1 year for all of this. You wasted
Right.
1 year for that.
And again, like, if this is what where I do jump on Pioli's neck. If you sell Tonali and Benacer is out with the ACL injury until December, why the hell would you not buy a defensive mid? You know Krunic has been
You need 2
utilized.
defensive mids, dude.
You're right. Krunic was been utilized as a utility player his entire time at Milan. Pioli used him as a player that could get the job done in any position.
I
So
swear.
you need
Yeah.
2 CDMs. You need
Yeah.
2.
You need 2.
Like this is just brainless. The whole thing is
But
like,
Nathan, I swear that shit is so basic. Like, how do you not know this?
exactly. That's the
Like,
whole
you don't need to be an expert in football to know that.
That's the whole point. So, like, when people sit here and tell me, "Oh, well, what about the mistakes of Maldini?" Bro, like, are we serious right now? Are we serious? Maldini got CDK. Maldini doesn't scout these people. Anyone with a pair of eyes knew that CDK was not a cam. He's not a center mid. He's a false 9. We don't play with the false 9. So Maldini is going off of what other people are saying. Maldini does not go out and scout every player. Like, this is, and we still got to the semis of the Champions League despite all that.
Yeah.
So, like getting CDK would not have been a mistake if Pioli would have changed the formation to a 2-striker formation.
Right. And also, I think that if they would have renewed his contract early and given him a decent budget and like the right amount of time to prepare the market, instead of kind of keeping him on a razor edge till the end, like, I don't know if we would, maybe we wouldn't have gotten CDK. Maybe we wouldn't have gotten other players. Like, obviously the environment was not good for him to work in that environment. Like,
remember, CDK was not mentioned until we all found out what our budget actually was this summer.
Yeah.
Remember, CDK was not the first person
on the list. He came in late. CDK was late. Yeah.
He was late. He wasn't the second person. He wasn't the third person.
Yeah.
It was him or Raspadori, and because these fools were building the team off of the growth degree, Raspadori was never going to come. He was just there because of the news outlets, and honestly, the news outlet wanted us to get Raspadori, if anything.
Right. Yeah, we got him like almost towards the end of the market. We got CDK. It was almost like, because he did just 1 friendly, I think. He did 2 friendlies, one at Milanello and then another one against a German team or a French team, and then the season started. So this CDK was like an improvised operation in the end. They just did not give him the right environment to perform. It's really sad, because when he was given the right environment to perform, the performance were excellent every time.
And again, don't get me wrong, I still don't think that CDK is anything like just to brag on or anything like that. Like, he's a good player, and that's about it. But still, it would have still been beneficial. But when you have Pioli in charge, who has no clue about formations, he has no clue how to develop players. He has not developed any of our players. I'm 100% convinced on that. He has not developed anyone.
Mm-hmm.
Like, Leao plays.
Well, I disagree with that. I disagree with that.
Leao plays the exact same way. He has
I
not
think
done anything to his.
I will push back on that. I will push, but before pushing back on that, I want to answer some of these questions. So the question is, why was Kessie not renewed? So we'll do that question next. So the thing about Kessie is that it wasn't one of the things that we discovered also in the interview of Maldini is that he did not decide the budget. Like he did not have a final say. Maldini was like he even said that sometimes a budget was there, and then the next day they would just take it away. So if he found a player and was ready to pay for that player, then the next day they just took that budget away. At the end of the day, that was more on Elliot not wanting to pay Kessie the money that he was asking for, and that's the thing. Maldini was kind of. I think Maldini had to work within the frames of the Elliott structure, and Elliott just didn't want to make the sacrifice to pay what Kessie wanted.
Yeah, if we had an owner, a real owner, because even though Elliott was a lot better than Redbird so far, if we had a real owner, we would still have Kessie and Tonali, Benacer, like we would have these guys.
I wish we would have a public jury trial of Maldini versus Furlani. Do you think Pioli is staying or not? I think Pioli is staying next year because I think they are satisfied with how the season, even if the season ends today, they are satisfied because the minimum objective for the club, and again, we found this out in Maldini's interview, is Europa League and top 4. That is the minimum objective. And Maldini was like kind of pissed off because he's like, yeah, like, despite everything, it said, yeah, Milan finished in the top 4 and we got to the semi-finals of the Champions League, and that's the most money that this club has made because of that in a very long time. So like his performance was still very good. But regardless of that, yes, I think Pioli's going to stay till the end of his contract because they probably don't want to fire him and then have him on the books, have just extra money on the books that is going to a person that is not working for the club. So we're going to just run out his contract. I think that's the plan, and I believe that's what we're going to do. Because he has achieved the minimum objectives for this season for them.
Yeah, but who do they bring in that's going to realistically do better?
Who can they bring in that can do better?
Yeah, that's realistically going to do better.
Well, in my opinion, they should bring in big personalities like Conte because Conte can kind of give this team a winning mentality. Yeah. It's going to be ugly football. Yeah, Guido is not going to be happy, but you ain't losing 5-0 to Inter. You're winning against Inter. You're not losing to Newcastle if you shoot 36 times. You're scoring. You're not losing to Borussia Dortmund at the San Siro. Yeah,
I agree.
So here, Edison. Okay, we should bring in Thiago Motta. Says Moment. Who do you think would be a good coach? I mean, you agree with Conte. Anybody else?
I mean, Thiago Motta would be good, but he's being courted by Juventus, I thought.
Yeah.
So that means we're not getting it because Juventus is actually going to respect their managers and give them proper money and proper support.
Yeah, and also Juventus just got $200 million injection of capital. They're getting ready for next season. Juventus is going to have a European market for next season. Juventus is going to go because Juventus this year did not have a European market. They had a market just for the Serie A. So this season, Juventus is going to try and get those players, like caliber of Di Maria, these kind of players. So they're going to go and do that. Like that's what they usually do. they might bring in Thiago Motta, but if they fire Allegri, that's a big chunk of money going to nothing. So they might be in a similar position to us as far as the coach goes. They might just gonna run his contract out for another year. But I did see that Juventus is getting ready for next season, big time, which is good, better for Europe because Juventus is back in Europe.
Yeah, hopefully all the I think the biggest problem I think this year was that because the other teams fell off so badly,
Yeah,
there's kind of like people are seeing things in a false way
right. Yeah,
because this isn't truly how it would actually be.
right. Yeah, I agree. I think next year we have a potential to see a very competitive Serie A. I doubt that teams like Roma, Napoli, and Lazio are going to fall off again like they did this year. They're
Right.
probably going to bounce back, and it's just going to be more competitive. And when Serie A when Inter, Milan, and Juventus are all competitive, all three of those teams are competitive. Plus, you get those other three teams behind them, Napoli, Roma, and Lazio. Right now, like Serie A is dangerous. Serie A is very dangerous.
Yeah, this year, unfortunately, like I won't even say it's the quality of players that dropped off. I feel like it's mainly down to the coaching. Like Napoli only missing their center back and the coach.
Well, I
those
think
are
more. I would say
yeah,
more.
but what I'm talking about is the strategy. Like if Napoli had a complete team rehaul, then I would understand. But this is like 98% the same team.
Well, I mean, look, I think they lost a big part of their internal structure with Giuntoli moving to Juventus. That's like their Maldini essentially. Giuntoli was like how Maldini was to us for them. That definitely broke some things. And then you don't replace Kim. That's big. You don't replace Lozano. That's big because on the right they had two players. This year they only had one player. Then you don't bring anybody new to bring in new energy. You bring a new coach that is completely different. Like that's just bad ownership. That is De Laurentiis just dropping the ball like
That's what I was saying.
nobody else.
I really don't think it's so much the team. I think it's everyone above that. Like there was just a big drop off, and I'm not saying Napoli should have won, but they shouldn't be in the position.
No. They have a roster that is good enough to be up there. So Napoli, the thing is that they're probably going to have a reset this summer. I think they're going to most likely sell Osimhen, and he's going for a lot of money. Napoli likes to spend money. So I think Napoli now had this really bad year, but most likely they're going to be back. I'm not saying they're going to be fighting for the Scudetto, but they're going to be a problem for teams. This year they're a problem for nobody. From being a team that was playing the best football in Europe to being a team that can't barely beat Salernitano, that's a huge psychological drop.
Right. This is just.
But they're probably going to normalize again the next season. I'm not saying they're going to excel. They're just going to normalize.
Yeah, and then the same thing for Napoli as well too. Like I just can't see Napoli. Or not Napoli, sorry, Lazio. I can't see Lazio just dropping hard like that again. And hopefully Roma with De Rossi as their coach now seems to be doing so well. I think it should be very competitive next year.
Yeah,
hopefully.
yeah. Which is good. I like that. I think it's better for Serie A, and we're going to do better in Europe. When the teams are so like on edge and the Serie A is super competitive, then the teams do well in Europe. That's usually been the history of Serie A. It's just that we haven't seen Juve, Inter, and Milan for such a long time. All three of them in the Champions League. It's been such a, like, we saw it 1 year. The 1 year we saw it again, or the second year we saw it again, like Serie A really kicked ass. So yeah, if next year these three teams can come back up and be competitive, I think it's going to benefit everybody. So that's a positive thing to look forward to, I think.
Yeah, you can call that positive. I mean, it's definitely a positive. It's just
for Serie A and for Italian football, yeah. For Milan, I don't know, dude. The thing is, like, these other clubs aren't built this way. They're not built with this idea of having to make profits and Billie Bean and American investors. It's like every teams are like normal. They're like traditional normal teams. So I think it's going to be very difficult to compete with that because it's not so simple, We're being linked with younger players like Calafiori, Coop Miners now. Oh, that's a Juventus. Ray says, I think we're in a good position if we don't sell any of our players. We just need to strike in CDM and we're ready. Yes, obviously we're going to sell someone in the summer. That is for sure. But I don't know who. The big question is, are we going to sell the big players? I think that's what's going to be.
And that's the thing. Like, no one. This is the problem that I was telling Antonio. Nobody asking for Tomori. No one is asking for Benacer. Like, you can only sell the players who are actually being courted.
Well, Tomori.
Sorry, go ahead.
Maybe Bayern can look at Tomori. There is voices of them looking at Tomori. Maybe Kim could be on his way out. I also read that Kim is not. We're not happy with Kim. I don't know. These are just things that I read. I don't know how true they are. Yeah, these are just the things I read recently. Benacer, I do agree with you. Right now, I don't see a market for Benacer, like a big market. I don't see any club coming in saying we need Benacer to help our midfield. But Tomori, maybe, yeah. Maybe if this Bayern thing is true. I think there are some teams that would buy players like Tomori and Benacer. How big? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think because of his injury situation, and he really, I mean, he's come back decently okay, but teams really just aren't looking at him. Like, I feel like all the major teams are good in the defensive mid department. So the only what teams are really lacking right now are wingbacks, and I mean, I guess you can say goalie, but I don't know. I mean, the English clubs switch players and goalkeepers like underwear, so.
Yeah. So going to the Xerxes thing now. So Xerxes is a player that a lot of teams are looking at. Milan has a good chance to get Xerxes. I think Milan does have a good chance to get Xerxes. I do like Xerxes. I know what you're going to say about Xerxes, and we're going to get to that. I do like Xerxes. I think he is, if you ask me, out of everybody in the world with this management, with the level of this management, who is the best player Milan can get today, I would say it's Xerxes. I'd say it's Xerxes. And I think that it is a possible operation. The only problem that I have is this. The English teams can come in and just say, fuck you, I'm going to pay 70,000 for him, 80,000 for him. Get away from me. And just like Højlund, 70,000 euros for a player that scored 10 goals in Serie A first year. 70 million, sorry.
I think his agent is a reasonable agent.
How do you know?
That's just what it seems like.
Well, hold on. But this is not the agent. This is the club. If Liverpool comes in and says, I'll give you 80 million for Xerxes, and the club says yes, the agent doesn't really get to decide. Oh, shit. Guys, we have the delegates. Open the doors. Bring out the red carpets. The ambassador. The ambassador is here.
I've been summoned. I'm at the gym though. It's like it's really late.
Really?
I didn't know
This
y'all were
late?
having a call. Yeah, man. I mean, I get off work late. I'll go to the gym really late.
Damn.
Or 24. Yeah.
Getting ready for the end of the world, huh?
Yeah, I'm getting ready to freaking beat up Jerry, boy.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
Look at that. That's what you want to hear? No, I'm not.
Ah, okay, never mind.
I'm getting ready to actually be his muscle. Stop
No,
playing.
guys, we don't condone violence here, dude. Jerry,
Yeah, we
nobody's
do.
touching Jerry.
I can.
No, but what's up? What's going on? What's going on? I just hopped on. What's happening?
What is going on? What were we talking about? We're talking about Xerxes.
I saw a report. I saw. Did you see that thing on Pulisic's dad saying that like, oh, I think Xerxes should be the. Yeah, did you not see? Y'all not see this report? Like Pulisic's dad, they asked him, and he said, and they asked him what striker should we get, and he mentioned them. I don't know how true that is.
Yeah,
that's weird.
I saw that.
I'm like,
as well.
what the hell?
Wait,
I'm like,
why is that
bro,
weird? Why is that weird, bro?
No, I'm like, how is he speaking on a striker? Like, he said Xerxes is the one they should get. Like, I'm like, that's odd. We're linked to him and him coming and saying that. I never seen that before.
Yeah, it's weird.
It's almost like he has insight. It came out really odd.
Well, I mean, it is in Italy. All the football shows are talking about, this possible move. So maybe he's responding to that, because it is something that is widespread right now in the media in Italy, with Xerxes being linked to Milan.
Yeah, I think he'll be the good fit. I just want to know on this Italian kid, the kid from Torino. I don't know much about him. I'm seeing they say he has the most area duels and all that. I haven't really seen him play.
Really?
Even when I've seen Torino games, I haven't seen him play. Maybe I've seen him, but I didn't really pay attention to him.
I saw him with the national team. I saw him do really well with the national team, but then I saw another game where he was a little bit shaky. But those are the only two performances I can remember.
Then I'm trying to understand what was the purpose of buying Teresiano then? Like, what's his purpose on our team?
Teresiano, in my opinion, is a developmental player who is eventually going to replace Florenzi, because Florenzi is on his way out.
Right wing, okay.
And he's a versatile player like Florenzi, and he's a quota player because he's Italian. He's a quota, so you can just park him and just wait for him to gain a little bit of experience. When Florenzi is out, hopefully Teresiano is ready to take on that role. I think that's why they did the Teresiano operation. That's why I think.
Okay, interesting. Huh. Oh well. Well, I guess Xerxes is the hot topic. If we get him, but we do need a CDM though. Shit, it's not gonna fix our woes. We do need a CDM. I think we need to get a CDM first before fucking anything.
But what? I think we need two CDMs.
Why? I think one.
Because you need one, and you need a replacement. You need a guy on the bench.
I mean, if you got Benny, like if Benny stays, like why would we get another CDM?
And then when Benny gets injured, then you have no CDMs.
But Benny's not a real CDM, though. He's more like a playmaker, like a real CDM.
Yeah, I mean, man, go get you a good African player, bro. Which there's a lot of them. I would have been good for Sangare, man. Sangare would have been a good CDM for us, for sure. But he's a little bit he's too technical. She's gonna want to play forward. I think Musa will be a good development into CDM. Really, they really need to really specialize him in one role. I think Musa will be a good CDM. He's young, but I think with his physical and the way he runs, you give him like a good year and a half, 2 years, man, he's gonna be a solid kid. Like the way he plays, man.
Because the way Pioli does.
Yeah, that's why I say he needs to specialize him, because like players that you just having as utility players, you confuse them. After a while, they're not good in anything. You turn into a crew niche. You don't really know what they're good at. They're just useful. That's it. And I think Musa, Musa has talent. I think if you put in muscle, CDM, he has that grinta in him, right? You just gotta give him a lot of playing time in one position. But the way he's been used, he's coming in right wing. He's the right back. He's freaking midfield. I don't fucking know, but. Yeah, I think Musa will be good. I think with him, I think he can play a double pivot. I think he has the capacity to do that, the lungs to run. Like, I mean, I said it years before, man. I mean, I saw this kid playing for the U.S. I'm like, yo, he'll be a good Kessie replacement. Dude's only 21, man. But I acknowledge that kid a lot, though. But we'll see, though. Oh, we get Rodri. Oh, boy, if we can get Rodri, boy, that would be crazy. But that would never happen. Fuck.
I honestly don't know any CDMs. I can't think of any.
And
I
that's
literally cannot
precisely
think of
why
any.
you don't sell Tonali, because you are not going to find
Bro,
players
he's a
like him
gambler.
every season.
Even if
don't
Tomali
care.
was
I
here,
don't care, bro.
he
I
would have
don't
been on
care.
the he wouldn't
He
be
would
playing.
and yes, he would, but he would be back in August, bro.
He was probably gambling again while he was still there, bro.
I know, but
He's a gambler, bro.
bro.
Do not
You
link gambler to
you
us, man.
cannot replace.
That tells me that he's got personality. He's a dog, dude. He's going in that pitch to get dirty, dude. He doesn't give a shit. That's what we need.
No, but let's be honest. Let's be honest, Clint. You cannot. There is not a single CDM that we can afford that comes close to what Tonali does. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen.
I mean, we can get what's his name? He's flopping right now. Amrabat actually will be a good on the list right now. They're not redeeming him.
He's going back to Fiorentina. He's going back to Fiorentina.
But you redeem him or you get him on loan. Amrabat will fit in there. He'll probably try to like spark back up because also the AFCON is, in his country next year, which is crazy. Damn, the AFCON's already next year. Because AFCON is gonna be in his country, yeah, which is crazy, right?
6 months.
2025. But nah, he's gonna try to redeem himself. So, having Amrabat, bro, that dude's a tank. People were saying, oh, like he's flopping at Man United, but bro, like Amrabat, he's that guy though. He'll be a good CDM. I think based on what Milan can afford, I think that's something like you can get him. You can really get Amrabat on your team easily. I think he'll be a good fit in our team. He'll be a good fit on our team. He knows Italy. He's coming back. Like, he'll be a good fit on our team. You go and you get him. Like, straight up. Man United has way too many problems, so it's like it was normal for him not to fit.
Yeah, but I think want to come back and be on Milan wages.
Yeah, why not? He's going back to Fiorentina. Like, why would he not come at Milan? We'll play Champions League next year. They're not. Shit. Why would he not come to us, bro? Like, we're prestigious, man. Stop playing. We good, man. We say at least for him and his
prestigious.
No.
Did you see Jerry's interview? Nah. Well, bro, you gotta watch it, dude.
So, bro, I've been working all day, man.
Dude, watch that shit, man. He's fucking talking. He's cooking, man. He's cooking, dude.
Clint,
I'm not surprised, man. I already told you.
Your boy said it was difficult getting Milan. And after they just won the Scudetto, which, by the way, is the Italian championship, those are his words. He said his first year, he decided to do something he doesn't normally do. I decided to do nothing.
Yeah. What am I supposed to be surprised into that?
Bro, that is just disrespectful to Maldini on
Disrespectful, all that, bro. Like, dude, you acting like you listen. You acting like you're from a fucking other country. I already told you these are corporate dudes. What is it surprising you? Have you never worked for a corporate? I'm asking you. Okay, let me ask you a question. Have you worked for a corporate?
That you're a Forlanisti still.
It's not a Forlanisti. Even Forlanisti, it doesn't really matter. The thing is, I'm in reality. Forget about what side I'm on for a second. You as an American, have you ever worked at a corporation before? And I'm not siding with him. I'm just trying to lay this out so you're not surprised. If you work at big companies and corporation, bro, when the new people they come in, they don't give a fuck about culture or who did what. They doing what they need to do. You even mentioned that before. You even said you came out of your own mouth that you said Americans are cutthroat. So why are you surprised when this comes out? You're like, oh, he didn't do nothing. Surprised for what?
I'm not surprised by what they did. I'm surprised at the reaction of the fans.
Bro, the fans is not gonna care, bro. Like, some people are not as vested.
Okay, but listen, Clint. Like, I can agree with you. Americans are cutthroat. But it doesn't mean that you have to lack quality in what you do, or sensibility, or logic.
Right. No, which I agree.
You can be cutthroat, but still be smart.
But you gotta understand, bro. You gotta understand. These guys are fucking. They're from Ivy League. They're condescending. They live in a bubble, essentially, what I'm trying to get at. They don't care. Like they come with a sense of arrogance. I'm gonna break this. I'm gonna think like this, and this is hypothetically speaking, but I know that's how they're looking at this. They're coming in looking at this as a business, which they already did. So they don't really like the cultural piece of it, which a diehard fan, even somebody that got in as a passion project, right? Like a De Laurentiis and all that, don't understand like the cultural aspect of it is important, which you can't really quantify. These guys, they come in, they want to quantify everything. Therefore, since they can't quantify the cultural aspect of it, is no value to them. And you as the fan, on the other hand, you're looking at it like, yo, but wait a minute. You tell people like Maldini, they don't care. They're looking at numbers, papers. Oh, what does the numbers say? That's what American franchise they do. Yo, I mean, we're all in America, right? When you look in America, what's really American sport culture? American fucking sports culture is entertainment. It's not diehard fan. It's not really when somebody tell you or whatever. It's all entertainment. When people are going to watch Super Bowl, or they're going to like the NBA playoffs or the World Series, or even during regular season, it's not really a passion for it. It's not some entertainment. I'm gonna go drink beer and get the food, and that's all that mentality plays even all the way at the top level. So that cultural piece, where like knowing that like, nah, bro, we have a name, we have a pride to defend. They don't care. I mean, we see here, bro. We see like how these franchises keep losing records, but they still fill up stadiums. Why? Right? And that's the same mentality they want to bring over there. So why we shouldn't be surprised when they're coming in and they're looking at that, right? Us being Milan fans for like 20, 30 plus years for some, we don't probably look in the same light. Me personally, I'm just in reality, right? That's what I'm like, dude, there's nothing I can really do. I just accept what it is. Yeah, I can be upset. I can look at it. That's what my stance really is. It's not really like, oh, I support Jetty or whatever. Just like, I'm in reality. I'm like, bro, those are the caretakers. What can I do? Europe already sold out, bro. Whole Europe already sold out to the bankers. So that's going to be our new reality going forward. For other teams, it's going to get worse. So what can we really do? I don't know. I'm just not going to complain all day, though. So that's all I'm saying.
But of course,
they're gonna celebrate after 3 games, though, right?
But they,
I'm gonna celebrate my team. I don't care about things. There's one thing I'm not gonna do is not because I don't like management that I'm not gonna be behind Milan. Yeah, that's one thing I'm not gonna do.
Yeah, here we go. The same old thing, bro.
Yeah,
we all
but it doesn't.
Milan,
But it doesn't matter though. It doesn't matter to me. I mean, the thing is this though. We can't tell other fans how to feel or how to support Milan. You have to end. I'm behind the badge. Now, if Jetty is on the pitch, that could have been a different story. He's not on there. Yeah, he's the caretaker. What the fuck can I do? I supported in the banter era when I hated the Chinese and all these guys and what the fuck they were doing. I was still behind this team. It doesn't matter. For me, it's behind the badge. I'm supporting Milan. The same way I was celebrating prior to Jetty not being there when the team wins, that's the same way I'm going to do. The other thing is background noise. Until it starts affecting on the pitch, then I can focus my energy on Jetty. But for right now, I don't really care. And I had Inter winning the league this year anyway.
No,
so I'm not.
Did it. You changed
yes,
that.
Did.
You went
no,
back into the.
I swear, no, I didn't. I never did.
You went back into the.
No, I never did.
What is it? Excel? Excel?
No, I never did. That wasn't my Excel. Hans did it.
Hans, yeah. You paid him off to change it.
No,
right?
no, I didn't, bro. I didn't.
Listen,
I was valued Inter with Lautaro, man.
During the banter era, I felt the same about the management of the banter era. I knew those guys were going to mess things up. That market was stupid and atrociously stupid.
How's Caldara still on a payroll? Oh my god!
So for me, these guys are worse. Honestly, these guys are worse. The only difference with these guys is that they're benefiting off of the work that Maldini did in the past 5 years. That is the only thing these guys are benefiting. But for me, these guys are worse than the Chinese and Fastone and Mirabelli. They're worse.
I mean,
I think if they would have inherited the banter era team, we'd probably be relegated by now.
Yeah. I mean, no, that's the truth. I mean, but at the end of the day, man, I'm looking at it. I think they understand. I don't think they're that gullible. I don't think they're that dumb. I think right now, the reason why also fans are not really going too crazy is just because with the results, like the way we're looking at it, they're looking at the results. Yes, it might not be above standard. Yeah, they spend 130 million. People can say whatever, but I think where Milan is where Milan needs to be. Realistically speaking, fuck the expectations. So still within Champions League and all that. You guys can call it mediocre or whatever. So I don't think it's at a point of alarm yet. The point of alarm would have been, oh shit, you missed out on Champions League. Oh, you're 4th, 6th, and then it goes back 2 years in a row. Then you have a problem in your hands. Since I see it's not there, I think everything is camouflaged behind. Like, you know what? Still competition. There's still excuses to be made that can slide. Excuses can slide, like i.e., oh, Champions League, we're in a hard group, so we didn't make it. Yeah, it slides, right? Some people kind of like bat an eye to it. Some people might be like, nope, we should have qualified because we spent money. Some other people, but the overall majority is like, you know what? There's excuses to be made. Not saying it's valid. I think next year,
What is
that's
going to
going
happen
to
next
be
year?
no next year. I think that's where some
You're on
people
fire
gonna get the
right
wake
now.
up call.
You're on fire right now. You're on fire, right? You got Inter right. Who did you get? Who was your second pick?
No, my second pick was actually Milan. I had Inter Milan. And then my third was I think I had Napoli, which I shouldn't have put Napoli, and then I had Juve fourth.
Okay. So you're on a roll right now, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
I mean,
so
I'm not
what's
in a
happening?
roll.
What's happening next year? What's happening next year?
I just
What's
knew
happening
though.
next year?
No. Next year, what I'm trying to say is, I think next year that's when really it's not gonna be an excuse. I think next year is gonna be really extreme position, meaning the people that said no, this management is gonna fail, and next year if they fail, they're gonna really be like, oh look, they failed. Or next year is gonna, because next year I think they're gonna fully. I think there's not going to be no drama and all that. I think next year when you assess it, I think it's an absolute. I don't think it's going to be really excuses to be made on either end of the spectrum. Either it's like, oh, nope, the management know what they're doing, or it's like, nah, bro, we told you so. Look what they did. What's the excuse now? They had a good 2-year run. You see what I'm saying? I think next year that's what's going to be the deciding factor. Because I think this year it still can be the Maldini woo that was probably clouding around all this area. I think next year will be the absolute on whoever wins on either side of the aisle. That's what I'm saying. That's what's going to happen next year.
What do you?
But I think next year Inter is still going to be strong though. I think Inter is going to
win. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
What are your expectations for next year?
But why are you talking slow like fucking your girl got gun to your head, boy? God damn.
Basically.
Then get out of bed. Go in the living room.
It doesn't work like that, my boy. You'll be all right. What are your expectations for next?
I'm picking my girl tomorrow. She come back from Europe. So
what are your expectations for next year?
My expectations for next year, I mean, if we keep y'all know where I stand, bro. If they keep Pioli, I don't fucking know what to tell you, dog. No, don't tell me nah. Don't tell me where I stand. Don't tell me nah. Nah, what, bro?
Who are you talking about, Fadi? I want to answer this thing here. Wanda Lupian, he says, in the league, Milan are performing just how they should historically, second place. We're the ones not performing in our history, Juventus. No, not really. Juventus, first of all, Juventus did not have a European market. So Juventus can't really be performing for first spot. You need to have a European market. Milan spent 130 million. Milan spent more than anybody. Milan spent numbers that in Italy are unheard of. Milan being out of the Champions League, Coppa Italia, season given to Inter, second star. It's pretty bad, I think. I think it's pretty bad.
I have next year, to be honest, realistic speaking, with this team, if we complete the pieces, there's no reason why we shouldn't be fighting for the Scudetto next year, right? But as long as we keep Pioli in, I have no fucking expectations.
No, that's your boy, dude. You love Pioli, man.
Nah, bro, come on.
Come
bro.
on, stop.
Come on, bro.
You love Pioli,
bro.
So it's his fault, huh?
I would love fucking Biden before I love this dude.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Bro. Come on,
really?
Bro.
Let's go, Pioli.
Bro, come on, bro.
Pioli 2024.
Nah, bro. Pioli got no person. Pioli doesn't have a personality, bro. They take him as a joke. Look at fucking Dale. Dude, I see Dale sitting with tigers in a fucking cage during the season. These two don't give a fuck.
Bro. If I was a lion, it wasn't.
I mean, the lion. I mean, it was a tiger.
It was a lion, dude. It was a lion.
Oh shit. Anyway, but tiger is my favorite animal. My one of my top 3 favorite animals. But No, it's Pioli's there. I don't give a fuck because I'm tired of him. I've been sick of him since last year. He should have been gone. He's still here. He's my problem. He's my scapegoat. So until he's not gone, then
Mossa.
they need to bring my boy. They need to bring my boy in though. If they bring my boy, then
Mossa. Who's your boy?
They bring De Zerbi, man. Come on, dog. If they bring De Zerbi, bro. Sure.
I want to see what you say after the first 6-0 bashing that we get with De Zerbi.
You know what's crazy? You know what's crazy though? With De Zerbi, I'll take all the heat. I'm not even gonna try to make excuses. I'll take one thing about me is like I don't deny, like, you know, I'll be if I'm in the wrong, I'm in the wrong. Like with De Zerbi, you hear me right now on the line. Y'all can dog shit me, but I'll be like, yo, I stand behind my boy, but y'all can dog pile on him. That's it. Like, this is the same thing. When I was defending people like Solomon Maker, they were dogging him on my bro. He's still gonna be my boy. Rangers is still gonna be my boy. Yeah, he can have some flop matches. People that I like, they're still gonna be my boy. I'm just gonna be with it, and I'll take the shit. I'm not gonna try to make excuses or try to reverse. No. And I know De Zerbi might get, you know, he takes a lot of goals too, though. When he loses bad.
Yeah,
but hey,
he does.
But I just want to see how he can play with this team. What he can do with us.
Andre here says, I would keep Pioli, to be honest, guys. He says he knows the team. They changed a lot of starters. Do we trust Jerry to replace him adequately?
So the Pioli's been knowing the team since 2019, bro. We still lose in the same manner. Like, fucking now. We still struggle against low block teams. Like, fuck, bro.
With a better ownership, we won the league. With Pioli.
Bro, with a better ownership. But they're the same aisle. What you mean better ownership? They're the same people. Now y'all praising Elliott, bro. People were mad against us having Elliott. This is the same venture capitalist, bro.
Is a lot better than Redbird.
Bro, they're the same people, though. That's the sad part. They just want to stabilize. Because let's wait. We got lucky to not even see Elliott on the second year after winning the Scudetto. They would try to sell. But I wanted to see Elliott. Let's say Elliott was still there now. Would Elliott be putting a lot of investment in? Or they would have put us at a cap?
I mean,
we don't know. So it's easy to speculate. You know, it's easy when something is bad to be like, oh, we wish the such and such was still here. Like, we just don't even know, bro. Like, we don't know.
No,
that's actually not true.
Why do you think it's not true? I think
because over the course of 4 years, with incremental increases in budget, we achieved our objectives ahead of time.
But one thing about Elliott is like that ownership is designed to sell. They're not doing this because they want glory. They got glory, which was actually very revealing in this last interview we just saw with Jerry, is because Paul Singer played football all his life and he knew the culture. And that's probably why Paul Singer was like, yeah, put in Leonardo there, and also I think he lives in England, so he's there, and he was an Arsenal fan or something. I think Laird said that. So obviously Paul Singer knows the culture. That family knows football, and this is what I'm saying. Like, you don't need to be a super expert to know some of these things. Some of these things
also
are so basic.
Didn't Fulani say he's a Milan fan? He's been a Milan fan all his life.
Fulani's a special case. That's a whole different. That's a whole different thing. But anyway, like Paul at least had the intelligence to say, okay, I need to build this team back up. So let's put in people that understand the game and they can build a proper team, and then we'll give them the resources required, keeping costs low. And then when they got to where they needed to get, they sold. And that's what that club was meant to do. And the same thing with this investment here. It's the same exact thing. They didn't buy Milan to keep Milan. They bought Milan because they want to sell Milan eventually. So it's like exactly the same thing. Minus these people just don't know about football. Like, that's the difference. Jerry has no idea about football. He's learning on the fly. He's learning right now as we speak. He's learning about football.
I'm gonna say you the thing. Like I said, when I saw that little documentary, and based on what I read, it's pretty sad. Like, it's pretty scary but I think that's just what it is. I mean, the bankers took over, man. I was surprised that freaking JP Morgan landed like what, 500 million or 1 billion to Madrid to build a new stadium. So it means like the whole operation, they're really in their pocket. Like JP Morgan and Goldman Sachs got everybody in their pocket. It all depends like who's your overseer. We probably got the wrong overseer, right? Compared to like the other ones, they probably got like good guys and they can prompt up more revenue. But with Jetty, like they're not, let's be honest, bro, they're not in it. Everybody knows that they're not in it really for the culture. Yeah, they're going to try to win. Their reason for winning with us or try to get us to Champions League is to prop up revenue. It's not for, it's never going to be, yeah. So everybody will be adamant on that. And if we can all be okay on that understanding, on that basis, that's the reason, that's the only reason probably they're going to invest for us to go further in the UCL, or they want us to win the UCL, is based on prize money, then we accept the reality. That's going to be the reality. So
you accept the reality.
Yeah, I mean, I accept the reality, bro. Right now, I'm paying way too many taxes. Until they're going to help me do that, like try to take away from my taxes, bro. I'm like, isn't that right?
Let's go, Brandon.
Right now, I'm paying, bro. Right now, they're taking way too many taxes out of my money, bro, and I hate it. I hate that shit, bro. That's my main priority right now.
These are the three. Yeah,
if they give you a job at Milan, you'll take it.
Me?
Right now, yes, you are.
Yes, I would take it. Of course, I would.
Exactly. Yeah, and then you're gonna be working for Redbird.
No. That's two different things.
That's not two different things. They own it. That's their shit. You're gonna be under Furlani. He's gonna be paying you. What are you talking about? Literally, he's gonna be paying you.
If the Inter offered me a job, I would take it.
Oh no, hell no.
Yeah, you wouldn't?
So you wearing an ugly ass Inter jersey? So you gonna be wearing an Inter kit?
I wore a PSG kit for like what, 3 years, dude.
I mean, I got a PSG kit. PSG there in France. I'm talking about you gonna wear Inter? Roy, your status will be revoked.
If Inter or Juve offer me a job, I'm taking that shit, bro. Are you crazy?
You know you would take it.
We're professionals over here. Play. We got YouTube badges over here. We're professionals.
No. I'm never gonna take it. I'm big. Dude, I don't think, you don't understand my hate for certain things. Like, bro, that's the same thing. I said there's two jerseys I'm never gonna wear in my life, and I mean it. Like a Dallas Cowboy joint and fucking Inter. And also Eagle shit. I'll never wear these three fucking things. Never in my fucking life.
You can wear a suit.
I'll never wear for them. I'll never do any of that. I'm never gonna try to apply to look there. Nope. I don't.
What if
they came with a multi-million-dollar
bro, I got values, dog. I got values. Doesn't matter. My dad comes from money, bro. Listen. My father comes from money. Money does not faze me at all. They can give me $1 million anything.
Values,
I don't care.
You don't care about the Milan values, bro.
Okay. No, but if you're a professional in football, like you won't care. You won't care about that kind of stuff.
Yeah, professional in football, probably not. No, professional in football, depending.
What do you think I'm talking about, dude?
No. Professional in football, though, if you come from the Milan house, like if I was like a Milanista, I'll never go there.
Why?
I'll never go to Inter. I don't care. I'll go to another club. Some people got
but if when you work in football, you stop thinking like that.
Yeah. I'm not Shananoglu. You hear me?
Dude, you don't.
I'm just playing. I know. I'm just bullshitting. I know.
So you would wear the Inter shirt?
No.
Wait, hold on a minute. You have an Inter shirt. You have a Lautaro
No, I don't.
shirt.
Yeah, a lot of people think that.
You actually have a Lautaro shirt.
I don't. I wish I did though. I like Lautaro a lot, but I don't have his. I don't have his thing. I have an Argentina jersey, but I don't have Inter. Never, bro. And don't get me wrong, I love Nike to death, bro. Fuck, because I be seeing them Inter jerseys. I'm like, damn, this shit look good, but I can't wear it. My pride is too big. I feel disgusted just wearing it.
What? The Inter shirt?
Yeah, I feel disgusted having like a blue. Hell nah, bro. Hell no. Fuck, bro.
I don't know. I don't really care that much.
Me thinking about it. Even Juve, I can't wear the. Listen, the only Italian jerseys that I owned, which I'm gonna buy a Genoa one. I wore Roma. I like Roma's another team that I like, and Parma, I appreciate them. Like I had Roma jersey, for sure, but I can't like Juve, Inter. Fuck man, especially Inter. Fuck, but you don't believe me, bro? Go ask my friends. I don't need you to believe me. Shit,
that doesn't mean nothing, bro. Because if
You know what?
if you work for
Yeah.
Inter for, let's say you work for 2 years, then you can get a transfer to Milan.
but I can't. I mean, I'm
So you're
probably
gonna
thinking.
deny
I'm
yourself a
probably thinking.
gateway?
I'm probably thinking about me at this age right now where I'm at. Maybe if it was me, like I don't know, 10, 15 years ago, maybe it would have slide. But where I'm at now, bro, I've been supporting Milan for like what 22. I'm on my 23rd season. I don't know. I'm probably thinking as me supporting Milan now for 23 years. That's why I'm like, yo, there's no way. And
Yeah.
probably is that. Yeah, I don't know. It's hard. It's hard, bro.
Another academy that opened here is the Juventus Academy. I did think about applying for that academy,
Go
but
go to what's his name restaurant, man. You go meet Del Piero.
yeah, Del Piero is the president of the academy over here.
Yeah, but he has his restaurant also in LA.
He's got also a
visit
team. He's also got a team in the UPSL, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't care about that stuff, to be honest with you. I don't really care about it.
You don't want to meet Del Piero, man? Legend.
No, about like wearing shirts, whatever, dude. I've worn so many different team shirts.
Double agent.
At a certain point, it doesn't matter.
No, I do. The thing is, I collect jerseys though, right? But this is the one. There's certain ones I just cannot own. I refuse. And also, I would never wear a Penguin shirt because I watch a lot of hockey, and that's the team that I despise.
So you wouldn't take a Del Piero jersey?
Del Piero jersey, Italy, yes. But
what about a Juventus shirt?
No, it's gonna be hard.
What about Samuel Eto'o Inter shirt?
I don't like it though, bro. You gotta understand. I'm like foreign. There's a rivalry.
Muntari.
No, bro.
You also play
I don't like that guy. I don't like that guy.
Well, you don't like anybody, dude.
The only player I can mention in this is probably R9, and I could be like, baby hesitation.
R9.
Yeah.
What about Zanetti?
But you know what? Let me take this back though.
Even
for Juve, let me take this for Juve. Let me take this back from Juve. I had a poster of Ibra and Juve in my room. I'm not gonna lie, as a kid.
That's fucked up. I've never had that. I've never had posters of other teams.
I did. I did.
Okay.
I had a poster of Ibra. I had a
That would
poster
make
of
sense.
Ibra. Yeah, I had a poster of Ibra and Juventus. Yep, I did. I don't mind Juve too much. But wearing the jersey now is hard, bro. I can't buy. Me paying on my own money with that? No, I can't. Roma is the only one I would do. That's the other Italian team that I legit like pay for Roma jersey. Because I bought their jerseys before. And I'm about to buy their new one.
What about Lazio?
No, fascist club.
You don't want to wear the
Not interested.
Lazio?
Not interested. I used to be interested. They have some of my favorite players play over there.
They used to have good jerseys, though.
Yeah, they did. Like
Sometimes they have good jerseys. Sometimes they have good jerseys.
See, they used to have some of my favorite players as a kid over there, like Mendieta, Crespo. These are players I used to like watching play. They used to have them, but it's like I don't. After, yeah, that's a team I don't really fuck with. Like in Italy,
had a Chelsea shirt. This guy had a Chelsea, bro.
No, I always had. I mean, Chelsea. That
Premier
was like,
League. Oh my lord.
No. By default, in the Ivory Coast, bro. You grew up in the Ivory Coast. By default, you were a Chelsea fan because of Drogba, bro. We were all dick riding Chelsea hard.
I played in a team that. I played in a team.
No Diddy.
We had to wear the. Bro, I had to wear the French national team shirt.
Oh,
Imagine that.
I have
As an Italian dude, that is like the worst of the worst. I had to do that.
I have Italy.
I had to do that for years. Then I wore PSG.
I have the PSG
I don't mind. I don't care about it.
I have the PSG pink one.
All the same to me.
I had the PSG pink one. Right now, I mean, right now PSG too. I also bought their jersey because right now, like Mbappe is one of my favorite players. So I look at it. I don't really have a league. Like the other leagues is kind of like like I have a favorite team in every league to an extent. Like in Spain, Atletico Madrid, and in France, I like Monaco for sure. PSG, I don't mind PSG because if they're fair players that came to the rank, it's not. But when it comes to Italy, it's more like, Milan's my favorite team, and I have to be really careful on whose jersey I decide to wear, where the rivalries are, and all that stuff. But yeah, Inter is hard, bro. And Inter had a lot of players that I liked in the past.
I have no favorite teams in the EPL. I have no favorite teams in Germany. I have no favorite teams in Spain. No favorite teams in France. No favorite teams anywhere.
Yeah, no, I did.
Anywhere. Okay,
Damn,
so
I thought, but they said you used to be a San Jose San Jose Earthquakes fan.
Who, me?
That's your team.
Actually, I did like the San Jose Sharks. Actually, I did. Yeah, that was one of my favorite teams when I started watching hockey.
Okay. No, but what about the Earthquakes? San Jose Earthquakes. MLS.
Oh, the Earthquakes. MLS.
MLS, yeah.
Oh,
MLS
I don't even know the MLS teams. Okay, my team is LAFC. That's my team.
Oh, so you're a new guy then, because that's a new team, bro.
Yeah, it sucks. Fuck. I hate it. I don't give a shit. I think MLS is awful. Terrible football, dude. The
goalies are so bad. They're poor, man.
I'm so disappointed with the football in the US, dude.
They call in the Ivory Coast, we have a name for the American League. We call it like the League of Rappers. It's like the league for rappers. That's how they call like the MLS. Bro, it's so funny the way they said it in French. Because the goals are the way
should come then.
What?
Leo should come.
Leo's about to be a model, bro. He's gonna be a model. Leo's about to be a model.
Leo's gonna be a model in Paris. Paris.
There you go. Yeah, there you go. Paris. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, he's gonna be a model, man. Leo's my guy, man. I like really humble kid. He doesn't like trouble as much as like people want to bash him to be a bad guy. He has not given us
bad
like off the. No, like when I mean
whoever
bad guy,
said
people,
that.
No,
he's always smiling, dude.
No, bad guy in terms of like people get mad. They're like, oh, you should be focused on the pitch instead of modeling and blah blah blah. What I'm trying to get at is he never really brought us like off the field problems at all since he's been at Milan. You expect him to be in that mode, but he doesn't. He does his shit. He's not doing stupid shit.
Yeah. He's always given me the impression of being level-headed. Lab Gorilla says, to be fair, Pioli has come to Milan and is about to achieve the pinnacle of his Inter fandom to enable Inter to win the Serie A title during the Milan derby. You'll get the freedom of the Curva Nord for life. So that is in 4 games?
No, I mean, don't they say they lead 9 points?
If they beat us that day, they're probably winning this Scudetto.
Which I think they will.
I think right now we are 14 points behind.
Yeah, well.
If we get there and we're 15 points behind, they win the Scudetto.
Mm-hmm.
So we're 1 point behind losing the Scudetto.
I mean, we just need a Champions League, bro. That's it. I want Bologna actually to go to Champions League.
Fuck no, dude. Fuck no.
I don't think so either. That's actually not going to.
You want to see Bologna get their ass kicked by Bayern and Real Madrid? That's embarrassing, dude.
Yeah.
They're gonna call us the Farmers League again.
Yeah, it's fine, bro. I want to see something new. I think they deserve. I think maybe they strengthen their team. Maybe who knows.
I want Milan to destroy Girona. Girona is going to be in the Champions League. I want Milan to destroy. If we don't destroy Girona,
Girona, bro, they freaking they got they're in a triangle love affair, because the president of Girona is Pep Guardiola's older brother, okay, which they were able to, and then Girona is also owned by the City Group, so they're able to get all the loanees from Man City or all the rejects. And also players from Barcelona that went there, like Eric Garcia and all these guys. And that's who they're exchanging all teams with. All these Brazilians, they either come from Man City or Barcelona. And that's what they fill their team up with.
Dude, if Girona comes to the San Siro and beats us, that's it. I
don't think they will. I think there's that Champions League factor now where, you've been in the Champions League. You've been in the Champions League for, you saw even Newcastle, like, yeah, they were loaded, quote unquote, on paper, but you come in, it's same. Milan came in our first year. Look what happened to us. Teams like Porto, we suffered. and it's a thing. Like you got teams
Yeah,
like
well, that's what
Leipzig
I'm
and all that.
saying. That's why I don't want Bologna to be in the Champions League because they're going to just suffer and going to get their ass kicked.
No, I mean, or they can be a Atalanta for you. You know what Atalanta did. You know, the first year they came in, right? No, not the first. Yeah, the first year. Yeah, the first year they came in. Yeah, the first year they went to the quarterfinals.
I gotta see it to believe it.
Here's the thing. The thing with Bologna, right? They need to do what they do. How they favor these other leagues. When these other leagues come back in for the first time, they get these easy groups. Whereas like Sevilla or Porto, and like
they're gonna be
Arsenal
in Part 4, dude. They're gonna be Part 4. They're gonna get tough leagues.
But you know what I'm talking about. No, you got teams sometimes they get Part 4, but they get like the easy groups. Like they get mixed up with the Salzburg and all these guys.
Yeah, okay,
and
but that's like bet. That's like betting. That's gambling.
Because because there's always like a group like that. I'm like, damn, why can't we benefit from that? Like when you look at that Arsenal group this year, it was not even competitive at all. It was Arsenal, PSV, Lens, and how you call that? I'm missing the last team, and Sevilla. Anybody could have got out of there. You put another team. Bologna, she had a group like that where they can end up second, they can get out.
I want to see it to believe it. Wando says, guys, I don't think you deeping how much Inter fans will talk about winning the Scudetto at the Derby. Your grandkids will hear about it. I know, dude. I know. We're about to give Inter one of the biggest gifts that they ever had in the history of their club. They're going to bitch slap us.
It'll be all right, bro. My highlight of this year is that the Ivory Coast won the AFCON, bro. Anything that happens, Milan will be all right. That's my biggest highlight of the year.
Just like that?
Yeah, just like that.
What about Milan?
The AFCON was this AFCON was special, bro. It was in our home country. So, yeah, I look at it different.
Listen, I don't. If they win the Derby, imagine if they beat us at the Derby and win the Scudetto.
But that's what's going to happen, though. They're going to beat us in the Derby, but this Inter team is way too strong. Their momentum there's no way. You hearing it from me, they're going to beat us, bro. Like, you got to understand, like, I saw it coming. Like, I mean, the way Inter plays, the problem is in the past, I looked at it on aggregate over the past 4 or 5 years. Even the year we won the Scudetto. Like a team that we barely beat them, where there's no dominance, where we never come in as favorites. Dude, like it's gonna take you a while to really come in. Like the same.
I was convinced we were gonna win that year, dude. I was like, I think we had the tools to win, dude. For sure, and we did. We won.
Just the thing is, the problem is Inter got the difference between Inter and Milan is that, like over the past few years, is that Inter they always had the experience. They always had that like those experienced players that will give us a hard time. Milan, like we never really did, bro. It's a bunch of youngsters that we just want to push the ball. And you look even in the Benta era, Icardi was a fucking nightmare. Then Lukaku is always like a boot. Inter always has a new.
The race with this Inter is not meant to be a race where some team is completely dominated. It's meant to be a tight race.
Right, exactly. And that's
so like how much have we dropped the ball from when we won the Scudetto? Like from winning the Scudetto and staying right up there with them and challenging them and putting pressure on them to now, like, bro, we're like 14 points behind them, dude.
Yeah. I mean, even but before that, before the 14 points behind, this is the same Inter last year that beat us 4 or 5 times. But Maldini was still there. And we got fucking
the year we won the Scudetto, we beat Inter.
Yeah, we beat them. But last year, but last year when I seen what the display in that fucking semifinal, no personality at all.
Blame Cardinale for that.
Come on, Maldini was still there. How you blame Cardinale for what?
Yeah, because Cardinale said he did nothing. He did nothing to help.
Now y'all going based off his words.
Yeah,
exactly.
Because if the president isn't helping you, you ain't doing shit. Exactly. If Berlusconi isn't helping Galliani isn't doing shit.
Sure. not the terrorist lack of fucking
You
tactics.
need to look at the interview.
Purely as a thought. I don't have to look. I mean, I'm gonna go watch it. I'm gonna go watch it. I'm not gonna be surprised, bro. I've watched gazillion of Cardinals interview. He's gonna say the same thing that I'm aware. Listen, he's
This
gonna
one
say
is the
something.
most
I'm not gonna be
revealing one.
surprised. I'm not gonna be surprised. What I'm gonna say.
Being surprised.
What I'm
You
gonna
just
be
mentioned
surprised.
Maldini, but then you don't.
Well,
but you
what's
don't
gonna make
understand
me
the
surprised?
context.
It's gonna
It's not
make me
about- it's not
listen.
about
Listen.
surprise,
Am I gonna be as surprised as you whispering to me right now?
It's not
in your room.
being surprised, bro. It's not about that.
What is it gonna be about?
You just said, "Oh well, Maldini was still there." That tells me everything I need to know, bro.
Maldini was still the one I'm trying to get at. Purely lost the fucking game, bro. Tonali was still there. Even if you did nothing or not, we still had our guys. Tonali was still there. Our guys were still there. And we lost the fucking shit.
We got to the semifinals at least with no budget.
Yeah, well, no, I'm talking about how we lost to Inter. Let's stick to topic. I'm talking about Inter, how we lost.
Yeah. And
let's isolate the thing for a second.
If we had backing in either the summer
backing
or in
bro,
January.
you're living in a fantasy.
No. He's not. What he's saying is 100% correct. 100% correct.
In the summertime or in January, then it could have been different.
Exactly. Thank you.
Yeah, they went and they got CDK instead. They went and it meant what? They went and got CDK instead with a 30 mil budget.
Poor discussion. That is the lazy way out.
No, it's not the lazy. I'm not even.
Yeah, it is.
No way out.
Because what Nathan said is completely true, and it's not even a matter of opinion anymore. It's a matter of Maldini saying it and now Jerry confirming it. Yes, they did not fucking move a finger. They renewed Maldini's contract at the end. They gave him a shitty budget, and then they did nothing. They didn't answer his calls. They didn't give him a budget. How can you operate in an environment like that, dude? Come on. You got to be reasonable with me. You cannot operate successfully in an environment.
Let's use those parameters, right? Let's use those parameters you just laid out, which nobody's refuting. But you just also said like we made it to the semifinal. So when we beat Tottenham, right? When we beat Tottenham, we get out the group stage. Now that excuse is still not valid. We're still not looking at like, oh, bro, we're struggling. And the moment that's not the thing. The point I'm trying to make here is I'm talking about Inter. With Inter, we keep losing in the same manner back to back, even if they didn't get help or not. With us not getting help, that's how we beat one of the fourth best team in the Premier League. We get to Inter, we beat Napoli, which actually was the best team in the league, and they end up even winning the Scudetto. We beat them. We still don't use that excuse about but they didn't get help. We beat Napoli. While coming to Inter now, y'all want to use that?
And the president there, the owner of the club, should have made an extra effort that the team could have used. But
with him, with him not making that effort, which was way past when we meet Napoli, it's springtime. It's the quarterfinals. We beat them. Not only we beat them in the league, and we beat them back to back.
But we're struggling in the league. So, it was either the league or the Champions League. The ownership.
What I'm trying to
we won the league, man. We won the league. We won the league.
We won. Let's not move the goalpost.
No, I'm not. You are kind of avoiding the goalpost.
No, I'm not avoiding no goalpost. I'm not avoiding no goalpost. Yeah. We beat Napoli.
Okay.
Why? So I'm telling you is we get to Inter. I don't care about management at this point. I'm not even refuting what y'all saying. My issue lies with Pioli. The way we don't show no personality, we crumble against Inter. That's what my problem is. I'm not arguing about, whatever the management. And I'm saying again, let's use those parameters. With those same parameters, we're able to beat Napoli. Why in front of Inter now we're crumbling?
No. Okay,
That's my question I'm asking. That's it.
Okay. That's because if maybe the ownership would have backed Maldini more, he would have been able to build a team that would have not lost to Napoli, not lost to Inter, and also done much better in the Serie A. Like the mentality was there. Maldini built the mentality to go deep in the Champions League. He did it. We just needed more resources. He needed more collaboration. He needed, dude. Do you understand that while Maldini was working that year, Furlani was calling Jerry and telling him that we need to fire Maldini because we have disagreements when we talk. These guys were planning against him. Like, how do you work successfully in an environment like that? You sabotage the team, first of all, and then you treat Maldini in such a poor way. Yeah, of course, Maldini can't have a successful year. All the other years where he was given a normal budget and he had backing and there was communication, like, he did great. The common denominator here is that the management stopped, just did what they did. And I want to answer this. You really think Milan earned the Scudetto? Of course. Yes, they did earn it. This thing that either you win by a nose or you win by a mile, it's BS. You win. That's it. If you win, it's because you deserve to win.
You asking if Milan won the Scudetto. The Inter, one of their stars, did they earn it? Ended up second because Juve got penalized? Like, come on, bro. Stop asking stupid questions like this.
What?
If they were caught cheating.
No, I'm talking about he's saying that he's asking if Milan did they deserve the Scudetto. So I'm asking him, wait, Inter getting like their 20th star, whatever that in 05, did Inter deserve that one star they gave him because they stripped Juve from it? Yeah, so stop asking the questions, bro. We won the thing fair and square. Like, we beat all the top. See, the problem is this, though. That year we won the Scudetto. The reason why I'm never even going to feel, you say Inter gave it to us, but we beat all these teams, everybody in the top four, fair and square. Like, we beat Juve, we beat Napoli, we beat Roma, we beat Inter, like, fair and square. So.
Yeah, and we beat the last 10 games. We were perfect. No goals conceded. Straight with the objective was clear. That was it was perfectly executed. That was a great performance by the team relative to the competition at the time. So comparing the competition today also is not fair, but relative to the competition at the time, the work was done properly, and they took advantage of every opportunity they had to get the ball rolling. All right, so tomorrow we're playing against Lecce.
Yeah, which I'm going to wake up to watch that game.
Wait,
it's a tricky game again. It's at 8 a.m., at least my time here. So for you, it's probably like a fucking 4.
Oh, nice. I love it, dude.
You Western time. Is you 3 hours behind or 2?
You're Central time?
Yeah, it's 2:21 right now here.
Oh, so for me it's at 6 a.m.
Oh, so it means in Italy it's a 12 o'clock game, lunchtime. It's lunchtime. Oh, I hate these games. Are dangerous, bro. Milan doesn't perform well daytime, bro. They suffer.
Lecce Milan. Oh no, Milan Lecce. We have a friend that is going to be there, by the way.
Yeah, and I personally feel it's a tricky game. I feel it's a tricky game. Tricky game.
I love early games, dude. I love early games. Not because I agree with what you said, by the way. I love them because I get to wake up really early and I watch the game first thing and boom,
you get your day started so you don't sleep in.
Right. I mean, Antonio said he has to go to bed early because the game is 9 a.m. is fucking early. What?
No. It means for him it's going to be 7. He's on Easter time, so it's going to be either 7 or 6. He's going to be
9. It's
going to be 9. No, it's going to be 9. Sorry, he's ahead.
Yeah, that ain't early, dude.
That's early for him, man. Antonio's young.
What? So, okay, that year we probably didn't beat Juve. It was 1-1 of Milan and 0-0 the San Siro. Okay. What I'm getting at is not as a big deal as you guys make it. Inter having the best season ever they have. Milan is having a normal Scudetto season, but you guys... No, that's... Oh, my Lord. Dude, this... This thing here, you have to... It's the competition. You have to be better than every season. You have to grow. You have to show more. At the time, for where we were, we did great. Did we grow? No, we're almost pretty much the same. The next year, the management completely shitted on Maldini's work. They didn't allow them to have a good year. Then the year after that, yeah, we bought this fucking team, no defensive midfielders, all right wingers. And the only difference,
and box to box players.
Yeah, the only difference is that this year we beat Lazio, Roma, and Napoli. Those are the teams that got points from us last year. So it's literally the same team.
I mean, one thing I can give y'all, one thing I can say that really like disturbed me is when Forlani gave this whole convoluted explanation where Ibra doesn't make no decision. It's like a team. So it's like it already tells me that the direction is a bit convoluted, and when something is not like descriptive, it's like, okay, bro, so what the fuck is this then? And Ibra's role has actually started to piss me off more than anything. Like him just being even over there now, like to me, he's somebody that I started to dislike more and more by the time until he actually shows me some more fuck shit, because it's like, bro, what is your role? Like, what did you sign up on? You a pawn, and Fulani coming out here saying that like, oh, there's not nobody really makes. So it's like, dude, how y'all coming to conclusions on what? So who has the final say, right? Like who's doing what, right? Because if you're gonna kick out Maldini, like bring proper. It has to be proper structure. Like you have to have a director. You have to have a technical director. I don't care if you want to be cheap or not, but you need to have the proper guys. Like this whole team build shit, like it's. Bro,
so what did you make out of what Fulani? So Fulani, you don't trust what he said? You think he's lying there?
No, I mean I don't like the. I never liked the guy. I just like.
No, I'm asking if he lied about that.
No,
his relationship with Ibra, because some reports are saying the opposite. Hello?
I can hear you.
Clint? I think we lost Clint. Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. Let's see what the formation is going to look like tomorrow. Let me ask, what you thought Milan would finish? What record? How many losses? Well, for me, I thought we would have done much better in Europe, first of all. I'm really disappointed with how poorly we did in Europe. In the season, I was very worried about how poorly the team was built. And I obviously thought that Roma, Napoli, and Lazio were going to be a little bit better and be a little bit more competitive, because those are the teams there that are going to take points away from you. Inter, Napoli, etc., etc. So those teams kind of shat the bed, and we took advantage of that. I thought that we're never going to win the Scudetto, but we're second. I didn't think we were going to finish second. I'll tell you that. But for me, the season is really bad. I'm not giving them a day of fucking light. After how you fucking treated the situation, if you don't, there's literally nothing you can do except to, apologies. We didn't know. Sorry. We'll do better.
And I'm not even gonna accept the apologies. Like this whole thing was really disgraceful.
Like, yeah, disgraceful. It was absolutely disgraceful.
Like if you claim to be businessmen, then be businessmen and do your due diligence, like steady, like figure out who's important. Like they just wanted. This is an ego trip for them. Pure ego.
Yeah. Okay. Let me go to this share screen. Okay. Here we go. So what does this formation look like? Oh, Gabia is playing. Ali Reindeer. Oh my God, this is the formation? No way. This is a very, very unbalanced formation. So either you score lots of goals here, or you might really be. You got to be very careful. So they have.
That's the EPL way.
Yeah. So basically, no muscle whatsoever in the midfield. Not even RLC. Literally no muscle whatsoever. Chukwueze Leao, Chukwueze a little bit better work rate than Leao. But these guys don't win balls in the middle. Pulisic can't win a fucking anything in the middle. Ali, very easy to play around Ali. Very easy to play against Reindeers. Shit, this is probably the most unbalanced fucking Milan I've seen ever. So, like, either you score lots of goals here and you really scare them and you really put fear in them so they just stay back, but you got to score goals because sooner or later they're going to shoot in goal with this formation. They're definitely going to take lots of shots on goal. Tomorrow, efficiency, if we're not efficient tomorrow, guys, it's going to look ugly against Lecce. Damn. We're going to get destroyed on the counterattacks. So, I mean, there's a lot of firepower on that field. How do you see this?
We should win this game.
No, hey, sorry guys, my phone overheated in the sauna, and I'm like, fuck,
What?
I had to rinse my car.
Oh.
Yeah, it overheats. Yo, I think the Lecce game is going to be one of the Lecce is a team that really bothers us. Like that Bunda, what's his name? Bunda, that kid from Zambia. He gives us a hard time. It's one of these games we go in there not really focused because I think they're going to be more focused on the Roma game and they don't take it as serious. And then we might score one goal and then we let the other team come back in the game and then all of a sudden we're scrambling to get a draw or winning by margin. I think it's that same type of game. I think it is. I think if we don't go and close out the game at the beginning, like meaning we're going 3 goals or 2-goal differential, I think it's a game we struggle again. I think it's going to be the same scenario as the first leg. Like the way even they were supposed to beat us at the end and they got their goal denied. So I think it's going to be a similar scenario. Like Lecces are teams that I don't like playing. I don't like playing. Lecce, Udinese, those are teams I do not like playing against. Yeah, they give us a hard time.
Pretty comfortably.
No, I don't think so, bro.
This is the time of year where Pioli actually gets the results he's supposed to.
But are you seeing this formation and it's giving you confidence? Like, I'm looking at this formation. I'm saying, okay,
Pulisic is playing 10, right? Pulisic 10, Chukwueze, they got Leao, which Pulisic would be a good 10, but you have Adli and Reindeers. That's
this is going to be easy to go through us, dude. Like easy to go through us. Now we just have to be really good on the ball. We really got to kick ass.
To me personally, Adli will be good for Spain. Adli is a good number 10. Adli, putting him in that role of a 6 or 8, that's not him because defensively he's really poor, man.
This is a lie. There's no way he's fucking doing this. I don't believe this, dude. There's no way. I don't believe this shit. This is
why not?
No way.
I'd rather him put Musa to balance it at least. But then that double pivot, bro, bro, ever since we lost Kessie, man, fucking hell, bro.
Dude, there is no way Ali, Reindeers, and Pulisic can cover that midfield. Not a chance in hell. I don't believe this formation one bit. No way.
Is Theo coming back, bro? Theo is becoming my favorite.
Yeah, Theo's back.
I love that guy, man. When Theo got that fucking armband on, I hope he stays at Milan forever. That's somebody I hope he just stays. I don't care if he becomes shit.
So you were with Paul kind of like bashing on
who?
On Nathan because of Gabbia. What do you think about Gabbia?
No, I gave Gabbia. No, I think I came in the chat. I gave Gabbia's props, man. I think Gabbia came good. I think that Villarreal thing came good, and I think I've been vocal about it. I haven't been
He
ducking the
was he
smoke.
was good even before Villarreal as well too.
No, I mean
Yes, he
before
was.
before that,
The
I'll debate you.
streaks.
It's debatable. You know,
No,
not
no,
because
no.
we give you your
The
props
the
now, you're gonna
no,
try
no,
to
no. The
backpedal. I don't
winning
care. I think
streaks. The,
what
the winning
what I want to
streaks that
say
we were a
is
part of,
what I
Gavi was there each time,
what
but
I
he
want to say
never
is
gets his
like
respect.
now I think he got for me he's slow. He was slow. He was slow. He was slow. I didn't like it, but I think since he came back, there's an aura to him that you sense, like the confidence. And I personally feel that Milan should learn from this, and the loan moves that they're doing for some of their players should be outside the fucking league. It has to be because you see like players like Calafiori, right? They're going to Switzerland and they're performing. If Calafiori was being loaned out, just being loaned out to these lower level teams the entire bro, he wouldn't be that kid who he is now. It's a fact, bro. Like these kids need to go outside. And I think bringing Gabriel to Villarreal, meaning you bring him to a Spanish team that at least plays in Europe, you know, and Villarreal will get Champions League in and out. There's a competitiveness to them. It's not like a fucking some bottom whatever team. He's playing next to Albiol, who played, you know, at Napoli for the longest. Madrid has a lot of experience. You learn from them. That's how it should be intentional. You send him these dudes to Salernitana, they're gaining nothing from it. Because you're not even going to play if these motherfuckers try to stay up, right? Because I'm looking at Maldini. For me, like, Daniel Maldini got wasted at Empoli. That's probably one of the worst places to fucking send him. He was better off going to Serie B for a team trying to fight to come up. Yeah, and personally, like, there's no point to stay in Serie A if you're going to be with these lower bottom teams that have no ambition. So I think for me, like that loan for Gabia should be executed for every, like if you want to send Zeroli, I'm like, okay, Zeroli, we want to loan you out. We want you to be a Milan player. You're not going to have a lot of time. Send Zeroli to fucking France. You send him to Nice, where they're playing like Nice. I think they're actually going to play Europe. You send him to teams like Nice and all of that. Germany, you send them there. They develop, you know, game time, technical, they can learn. And they come back. The problem with these kids is to get them out their comfort zone so they don't play scared. And I think send them outside the country to adapt quickly, right? You know, hopefully it doesn't turn into some CDK shit. But it can't turn into a CDK because they're not going to this country with like a big price tag. So I don't think there's that stress of, I have to perform right away. That's my opinion, personally. That's my opinion. Dude, what the fuck, bro? We want to go through, bro. Why people going to the club at 3? Fuck.
At 3, you don't go to the club anymore. You go to the after hours.
No, I mean, right now, clubs are open right now, bro. In Houston. I mean, after hours, everything. I'm coming back from the gym, so now I'm stuck in
3 a.m.? Dude, I know.
Yeah.
I know the nightlife, dude.
7.
I know life. Dude, I know the nightlife. I know the nightlife.
Oh, I know the nightlife well, bro. I used to DJ, man.
3 a.m. is getting ready for the after hours.
Yeah, I know. I got an after hour go to, but I smoke a lot of hookah now, so
Nah.
kill it myself. I don't do all of that. I'm an old
I
man.
don't. Yeah, man. I don't do that shit. Are you crazy, dude? That's fucked up. Why is Roma? What we have Roma. We're playing against Roma, so he's not resting any players. Wow, he's not resting any players. Does he believe we can win this?
Siri, play Tupac song. I wonder why they call you bitch.
No, don't play Tupac songs,
That's
Siri.
what I'm having for Roma. I wonder why they call you bitch. That's a
Dude,
bitch.
you know that shit is gonna bite you straight back in the butt. You know that shit is gonna do, man. Yeah, you know what's gonna happen. That shit is gonna fucking bite you straight back in the ass. You know.
If it does, I'll give Roma their props. But I just wanted to say that. Like, I wonder why they call you bitch. Like, we have Roma's number. It's not even funny. But we'll see though. This can be really tricky.
Well, he's not resting anybody, so this is pretty strange. He's playing all his best players.
Roma too, bro. When Roma doesn't have Dybala, it's like, what the fuck? They turn into like for fucking one of Roy's U6 teams. Holy shit.
Dude, my U6 team was fucking sick. I don't know why you're laughing. That shit, first of all, that shit was fun. It's competitive as fuck. Dude, I had some players where I had some ballers, dude. Some little kids, some bars.
It's just funny using the U6 joint, bro.
Dude, but U6 is fun. First of all, it's tough. It's fucking tough.
Well, you're probably dealing with all them soccer moms over there too, boy.
Dude, you got to deal with the parents. But like, you're like there representing PSG. You got to win games with 6-year-olds, dude. You got to win games. You know, it's like if it's pressure on this. It's like you have a name to uphold. You can't just go there and fucking lose 14-0. Well, you got to go there and win 14-0.
You still work for PSG?
No. I stopped doing that a few years ago.
I gotta go, guys.
Yeah, they're calling you. They're about to pull your ear, boy. Better hurry up. Go get on them blankets.
Forza Milan, Forza.
You gotta whisper, boy.
Forza Furlani. Forza Furlani.
Nathan, they got you in a chokehold, boy. I'm gonna throw you tomorrow. Go to sleep, man. How would you get in trouble being on YouTube?
Yeah, he left.
Don't worry, but it happens to me sometimes. My girlfriend will pull the same stunt on me, like, hey, he's still on YouTube. Hey, bro.
Check Lich is 11. Hold on, let me see. I don't know. Who's in Lich? Bondo, Banda, that guy? Who else?
Banda, they have I gotta look at their roster and think about it. There's a player that Baskirotto,
yeah.
Baskirotto, man. The Olympian. Fucking Greek god.
Yeah.
Shit.
Baskirotto. Yeah, I don't know, dude. I don't know.
I think it can be a tricky game.
Do you believe in the Scudetto? Do you think there's a chance?
Who me? Nah. It's like I saw 30 games. I'm like, nah, bro. That's it. There's 8 games left. Nah, bro. Especially like they won against Empoli. Nah, I don't believe in it. I just say that to troll, but to sit down, but it's I don't. Nah, man. Shit's just gone. I think we're good. We can cement 12. And that's it. We can cement second, and that's it. But it's yeah. I just feel bad for a team I wonder about is Napoli. Like, how bad are they going to fall, or how bad they're going to come back up?
I think they're going to be back up to normal next year.
No, but I know Osimhen's going to leave. Now,
yeah,
Osimhen
but
leaves. Who
they're going to buy another player. They're going to spend another 70 million on another player.
But who's going to want to come there when they're not even playing Europe?
Money talks. Osimhen was was he playing in Europe?
He was at Lille.
Like, they can easily go in for Xerxes and get Xerxes.
Yeah. Okay.
Right.
But you're gonna have to also be convinced by the project. And I think next year, players are gonna be really careful because the World Cup is around the corner. So they're gonna make sure the teams they're going into, they're guaranteed to get visibility. And I know it's gonna be a lot of that based on that movement, especially if they're a gunning national team. They're going to wanna, go. I think Xerxes, he looks at it like, yo, I go to Milan. I think if I'm him, Milan for his career choice, Milan is the best option. You have Leao, you got people where your place will be cemented and you're guaranteed to still get the visibility.
Well, okay, so I'll push back on this. Like, I agree that I think he is the first choice. I agree with that, but would it really be the best choice for his career?
I say now yes, because the reason why I look at it like this. Forget the top, the A teams, right? Man City, they already booked up. I usually look at and I go down. So then I go down second tier. The second tier teams, I look at the Arsenals and all that. They booked up. Now Arsenal maybe can go for him, but I think Arsenal is gonna try to go for Osimhen. I think especially if they don't win the league title, I think they know they need a serious number 9. I think they go and they get Osimhen. I think he's gonna go there. He wants to stay in Italy. Germany, you got no spot to go to. Yeah, you can think about Dortmund. Yeah, is Dortmund really the move? No. Dortmund's not really competing for anything. You can look at Leverkusen, up and coming. They got Boniface. I don't think they're in the need for a striker, so no. Now you focus on Italy. Okay, I look at
Go
Italy.
to England, EPL.
No, EPL is a mid-table team that's gonna want to take you.
Nah.
Liverpool doesn't need you.
No, dude. What about Hoyland? We saw that happen with Hoyland.
Yeah.
Whoever the
that's
British,
what I'm
dude,
now,
EPL will come hunting for the guys that are emerging out of the Serie A, especially the guys of the teams where you can buy.
We're not refuting, Roy. We're not refuting it. I'm talking about now. Hoyland already went to Man United, so that's booked. They're not going to be looking for a striker this market. There's no point of bringing Jersey. Why would they go and get him when you got Rashford? When you got Rashford, you have already he can go over there, but I don't even think he's gonna want to go over there because he's probably not going to be advised to even go over there.
Dude, he could go to Tottenham. He could go to Arsenal. He would do really well at Arsenal. He could go
But that's why I just told you Arsenal, their priority in the market, they're most than likely gonna go for Osimhen. I can see Osimhen.
Arsenal? No, not a chance in hell. Not a chance.
He's Nigerian. Why would he not go?
What?
He's Nigerian. Why would not go?
What does that mean?
Nigerian meaning the thing about African players get really influenced by how you call that? Especially people that come straight out of Africa, they get really influenced. Listen, hear me out. They get really influenced or get personal advice from their seniors or people that precede them.
Wait, how is Arsenal tied to Nigeria?
Hear me out. Unko Kanu is really much involved with the Nigerian national team. He's really serious around them. They're gonna speak in his ear. These people are from London. There's a cultural thing with Arsenal and Man United when it comes down to the Nigerians. Like that's the number one team they support from out of there. No, hear me out. I might be laughing, but there's a reason why a lot of these Nigerian players sometimes are like, y'all want to go to Arsenal or Chelsea. Now, again, Osimhen looks up Drogba as his idol, so I can see him making a Chelsea move. But the reason I don't think he's going to go to Chelsea is because Lukaku is going back to Chelsea next year. He's still on their contract. So maybe Pochettino is going to still try to use him. So I don't think they're going to spend big on a striker. And I'm speculating here. So I don't think they're going to spend because he's still on their books. But I think personally, I can see Arsenal coming in the market. Why not? Arsenal's going to be in the Champions League.
Dude, we're talking about the number 2 in the world. He's going to go to either huge money Saudi Arabia or PSG or one of the big teams. He isn't going to play.
He wants to play. He's going to go to Arsenal.
That's second tier. He's going to go to first tier. He's going to first tier contract situation. He's not going to get that.
Right. The problem is this though. You're a Serie A guy. You understand? We're Serie A guy. I grew up. You gotta understand.
No. Don't give me that. I grew up around the EPL all my life. I know how Arsenal
you gotta understand. Okay.
I grew up in Africa with the EPL. I know what you're talking about. We're still talking about the number 2 in the world.
But listen, you grew up.
Tell me when the number 2 in the world went to Arsenal.
Listen, I'm telling you right now. What I'm trying to tell you right now is. Arsenal can have a strong hold. They can be a serious candidate to get Osimhen. I'm telling you.
I don't believe that at all.
You'll see. They'll be a strong candidate to get him because the other teams are booked. Now, Chelsea will be his first choice, but he wants to go to the Premier League, and that's why they got 120 mil. And I think if they need a striker, especially right now, Arsenal is still in the title race. Right? They're still in the title race. Liverpool is only up by 1 point from Arsenal, or 1 or 2 points. So they're still in the title race. Hypothetically, if anybody loses right now, Arsenal gets on top. Whatever happens, Arsenal goes to the Champions League right now. They have a strong case to get him, especially if he wants out of Napoli.
Yeah, I think Bayern has a much strong. Bayern needs a center forward. Why not?
They got Kane. Why would they go and get Osimhen when they have
Isn't Kane going back to England?
No, he's not. They didn't get him on loan. They bought him out. They bought him. They bought Kane. Harry Kane is a Bayern player.
Barcelona is up there too.
Money, Roy. They don't have money.
They don't have money. Sure. They don't have money.
They don't. They're not. So they can't.
That's what they always say.
No. Listen, I analyze all of that. Listen, some players are forced to leave. They can't even redeem.
Dude, if he goes to Arsenal, fine. But I just don't believe it, dude. If he goes to Arsenal, great. We'll see. I'll give you your credit. I'll give you your credit.
And I'm not saying it's the best. I'm not saying it's the best fit. I'm not saying it's the best fit. the problem is.
First of all, is Arsenal going to spend what De Laurentiis is asking? I don't think they're going to do that.
No, I think they will. I think they will because.
And how much is that? How much do you think that is?
I mean, his release clause, from what I believe, is like 120 mil when he resigned, or 130. I'm pretty sure it is. Then his release clause. He wants out. I think that's the reason he.
No. We know he's being sold. This is not a secret. De Laurentiis said it. Elseman said it.
But I think they will. I think they will, especially if that's the only guy they need. I think the midfield is already booked. They got a good defense. The problem of Arsenal right now, the only problem of Arsenal, they do not have a proper 9. Kyle Havertz is not that guy. He's not a 9.
Yeah.
And I think they need really a pure striker to really compete, because all their competitors, when you look at Liverpool, they got Darwin Nunez. I don't care what people think about him. When you look at Man City, they got Haaland. You take now Chelsea. I mean, Chelsea is not really I don't know when they're gonna become competitive again, but that's what you're dealing with. So I think.
What about PSG?
I don't think he already played in France. I don't think he's gonna want to go back over there.
Dude, they're offering him millions. He's not. He's gonna. It's the contract. And the contract is gonna do the talking, man.
He can go, but you gotta understand, like, this guy, like, Osimhen, bro. Osimhen idolizes Drogba, Didier, bro. It's like, bro, it's such a big. It's like it was like a big thing in the African outlets. Like, he's always talking to him. So these guys are speaking in his ear. Same way how fucking what's his name?
Yeah,
when KC went to Barcelona, I knew where it came from. I'm like, oh, I know who the fuck spoke in his ear. Those things matters. Those are the things that can't be seen or quantified. But like, those are the things where
but KC is a top player. Like, I expect him to go to a team like Barcelona.
Right.
Like, I don't expect him to go to Arsenal.
Yeah, I mean, no matter what you think about them, like Arsenal, what I'm trying to get at, in Nigeria.
Clint, if Arsenal becomes that powerhouse that buys probably what is considered now the second best striker on the planet, I'll fucking be surprised, all right? I don't believe that.
Listen,
I don't believe that.
Let me tell you this.
Arsenal is not that club, dude. Arsenal is not that club.
But listen, from our eyes here from our eyes here, meaning us as Serie fans in America.
No, forget that. I know Arsenal. I know the EPL.
Let me tell you, the way Inter and Milan are to South Americans, that's how Arsenal, Chelsea are to freaking Nigerians. That's what I'm trying to get at with you. So the influence, like the stronghold that Chelsea and Arsenal and Man United have over that country is so strong. To them, it's not a matter of, somebody can look from the outside and be like, oh, you still supporting Milan? They fell off. It's not the Milan from before. We still see Milan as how we see them. That's the same way where he's from, they have a strong influence. That's what I'm trying to get at. And a guy like Osimhen grew up. These people grew up idolizing the Prem. So for them, Arsenal calling them, you can say whatever. I'll tell you this.
Dude, where did Eto'o play? Dude?
Eto'o is not from Nigeria, bro.
He's African.
But you gotta understand, there's a big difference in Africa between like the French part of Africa and the French part and the English part of Africa. Nigeria.
What about George Weah?
But you gotta understand, somebody like George Weah, actually he played in the Ivory Coast. Like, he played in the Ivory Coast. He's not so much. He's an exception because the country.
What about Salah?
Salah's from Egypt. He's from Maghreb.
But they know none of these guys went to Arsenal, dude. They're going to like the team with the Champions Leagues. They're going to the big teams.
Listen, I'm telling you, like, Roy, it's a cultural thing between God. Listen,
Kanu is not awesome, man. Kanu is not awesome. Kanu
is fucking African.
I know Kanu. I was there.
Yeah, okay. So he's not. I mean, he's more legendary than Osimhen. So Osimhen is not. He's not.
Kanu was not doing what Osimhen is doing at this age. Kanu was not even close.
Bro,
not even close.
Kanu's a legend. Is a legend in these parts. You gotta understand.
I know, but Osimhen is going to surpass him.
We'll see. Hey, listen.
Well, yeah, I think so.
The thing is, we'll see, bro. Like, people like you gotta understand, people like Kanu and all these guys, like, I mean, they've won things with their country. Osimhen hasn't. He lost the AFCON final. We'll see. I'm not saying he's not gonna be great. What I'm trying to get at,
he won a Serie A, dude. Like,
I mean, the Serie.
That's huge. That's fucking huge. Kanu
Bro,
could never
they
did
said
anything like
they
that.
don't, bro. In places like Nigeria,
And he's gonna win the African Cup too, dude. They're just
I
what
mean,
they got to the
we'll see.
final. They're gonna
we'll see.
he's
Listen,
gonna have many tournaments. There's a tournament every year, so he's gonna have
it's
many
a cultural.
tournaments.
Listen, it's a cultural thing. It's a cultural thing. The same way. Listen, you gotta understand this. It's fine. Don't believe it. The same way you see the Lautaro, they're being advised by Zanetti and all these guys on what to do and how they come and how Argentinians move. It's the same way for Africans. It does not change.
Because you're playing it with Rob, but that's Inter. That's like a legendary club, dude.
It's fine. Bro, you can dog an Arsenal however you want. Arsenal is still viewed.
I know how Arsenal is viewed, and it's bullshit. It's not even real.
So what I'm trying to say is, don't be surprised if he goes over there.
I will be surprised. I will be very surprised.
I'm gonna tell you. Listen,
I will be very surprised.
Look at Thomas Partey. Thomas Partey, at his peak, he left the same season when Atletico went in to win the league. Literally the same season he left in that January to go to Arsenal.
Who?
Like Thomas Partey. Like
who the fuck is that?
You don't you don't know Thomas Partey, like the Ghanaian, like that midfielder. Come on, bro. Everybody
knows
him. Like they speak.
Bro, we're talking about the African Ballon d'Or player. We're talking about the second best. We're talking about the second best striker on the fucking planet. We ain't talking about random midfielders, dude.
Bro, Thomas Partey is a random midfielder. Come on, Roy. You've been disingenuous, bro.
I mean, what is he then? If he's not a random midfielder,
Thomas Partey from go. I mean, just type his name and look at him.
What is he? Tell me. Is he? What is he? According to you, what is he? Like, what level is he? Is he top 5 in the world? Is he in the top 3 conversation?
I'm not. No, he can't be in the top 3. I'm talking about.
What is he? I don't know. Top 10, top 20. What is he?
What? Like, I mean, I can't compare him to other players. I'm trying to say at his peak.
Okay, but Osimhen is top 2, dude. Is top 2. That's a whole different level, bro.
Osimhen is top 2 strikers right now.
Fuck yeah, of course he is. Of course. After Haaland, Osimhen is the next guy for sure.
So you think he's better than Mbappe? You put him above Mbappe right now.
Mbappe is not a center forward. Mbappe is like a winger.
He is he is a 9, bro. He's a number 9. I'm sorry. Mbappe is a 9. He's a forward. He's a forward. As much as people don't want to say, he is a forward. For PSG, he is their forward. I don't think they don't put a 9 in front of Mbappe. Mbappe is a forward. Because that's why they compare Haaland.
No, he's a winger. Mbappe always starts from the left, and he likes to play from the left. Like Osimhen is a pure center forward, like Haaland. Like he's a pure center forward. Osimhen is like a second striker. He can also play as a center forward, but it's not really his thing because Osimhen is not a guy. Like Osimhen has got that.
Don't be surprised.
Osimhen has got that height.
Do not be surprised if when Osimhen ends up at Arsenal.
Yeah, I will be very surprised.
Or even at Man United. I can see him.
No, Man United is a huge club with a lot of history. Man United I can see happen, yeah, but not Arsenal.
I mean, Arsenal is a huge club in the Prem. Not maybe a Euro. They got no European stuff, but in the Prem, I mean the league titles. They have a lead. They have a lot of league.
If Arsenal has the power to get the number 2 in the world, then football has completely changed.
Why not, bro? They bought fucking Declan Rice was supposed to be the best midfielder.
Oh my lord, dude. Declan Rice.
They got Declan Rice. I mean, according to them, Declan Rice was the top. Like Man City was trying to go for him, and Arsenal was able to drag him over there to London. So
what do you? Declan Rice? You're putting Declan Rice. Where's Declan Rice? Top 3 in the world?
I don't know.
Is that what you're saying?
I'll put him as top 10. As
top 10?
Yeah,
Declan Rice? Yeah. Are you sure?
World, yeah.
Declan Rice, top 10 in the world.
Top 10 in the world right now. Yeah, I'll put Declan Rice in there. Why not?
Okay, but that's very subjective.
I'll put him top 10.
We're talking about like the elite. Okay. We're talking about the elite class. The elite class.
I mean, these guys are good, man.
Last time, look, Saka grew up in Arsenal. Okay, so and he might be considered probably elite winger soon, but he grew up in Arsenal. Henry is an elite player that they got after they didn't know Henry was going to become an elite player. Some teams didn't really believe in him, like Juve. And then he kind of
Arsene
became an
Wenger-
elite player. But
Arsene
I've
Wenger-
never seen Arsenal get the elite player of the moment. Never in my life. Never have I ever seen that. If they do that this year, I'll be like, yeah, okay, something has changed.
I mean, they
And
how you call that? I mean, bro, Arsenal, dude, it's true we dog on them, bro. But when you look, they have history.
I'm not dogging on them, dude. What history, dude? What history?
I mean, they have history in the Prem, bro. Like, you know,
Well,
when
they had one season, an invincible season. They won a few
it's
FA
not-
Cups.
It's not that, bro. They want go look how many league titles they have.
Dude,
Arsenal
they want to say that
12
fucking
league
they think Everton has history, bro. Like, come on, like there's levels to this.
And
There's levels
I'm
to this.
catching myself there, like defending Arsenal, but like, bro, Arsenal literally in England, literally in
I
England.
know.
Literally
I
in
know.
England,
It's
when
one
you
of
look
the
at
most.
the top three, when you talk about like top three, it's them, Man United, and fucking Liverpool. Literally, like everybody else, they're all newcomers underneath. If you want to look on a long spectrum, like let's
Yeah, but it's still a low level in compared to like the teams that buy the best players. Like the best players go to the best clubs. They don't go to second tier clubs.
Yeah, but I mean, like I said,
Bellingham did not go to Arsenal. He went to Real Madrid. Mbappe does not want to go to Arsenal. He wants to go to Real Madrid, right? Like
Right.
the best want to go.
But
to
so the best one, they want to go over there, right? Now, when those best teams become saturated, like that's what I told you, and that's what I premised at the beginning. What's the second tier now? Because if Madrid is booked, if Man City is booked,
PSG has the money. PSG has the money to pretend to be.
If he says no that he wants to play in the Premier League, then what?
Nah, he ain't going to the Premier League. If he's going to the Premier League, it's going to be from.
His dream is to go to the Premier League. Bro.
I say it's going to be for either.
Else.
Maybe Chelsea, maybe Chelsea.
But Chelsea's not even playing in Europe.
Maybe, but I don't believe that either. Maybe Manchester United because they have the clout and they have the money. That's the richest team in the world, I believe. Or Man City, yeah. Liverpool, possibly. Arsenal. That's a bad career move for him, man. That's a really bad career move.
Yeah, which a lot of players make bad career moves, and you can look at that. But
that's a wasted career, dude. He's going to waste his career if he goes there.
I mean, imagine like this year. Imagine if Arsenal wins the league this year, then what? Because they can pretty much win the league. It's tough stuff. No, if they win the league, bro, like they can attract him easily.
What if he goes to Saudi Arabia?
Yeah, then he goes to Saudi Arabia, and then his career. Which one is worse, going to Arsenal, going to Saudi Arabia?
I think he's going to go to Saudi Arabia.
He says bye to everything. Which
all right, to close this conversation, okay, you think he's going to go to Arsenal?
Looking at the market right now, I think Arsenal and to Chelsea in second pole, but Lukaku is going back.
Okay,
so I don't know how they're dealing with the Lukaku. But I'm seeing I put Arsenal as a strong contender to try to get him.
My guess is either PSG or Saudi Arabia. So let's see. We'll find out.
Yep.
Is this a Milan or Arsenal? It's an Arsenal channel, dude. You didn't know? Arsenal, hey, what's up, Carmel? Arsenal is, and always will be a big club wannabe. Yeah, they are like a wannabe big club, yeah. Look at Nkunku. He wasted his career by going to Chelsea. Man, I don't hear that name anymore. He was hot for a while. Now it's like
he's getting injured because it's like you gotta understand that you're going to these leagues, and sometimes it's not suitable for your body, man. It's not suitable for your body. These guys don't have, like the muscle. It's a difference playing in Germany or in fucking in France. You start going to the Prem, bro. Like this shit can take a toll on your body. They play more games. You're not suited to like the new style formation, and then you're getting injured. And he's been injured the entire year, and apparently he's not even coming back. So I think his career is pretty much over, to be honest with you. I think it's pretty much down the drain. Yeah, Chelsea is a mess. It's a mess. I mean, they bought two midfielders for 100 mil.
That's Cardinale's boy.
Yeah,
that's Cardinale's boy.
They're
all boys, dude. They party together, dude. They exchange ideas.
I mean, they all do because they all come from the same cloth.
You can tell.
I don't know
You
if
can tell.
Clarky hangs out with them, but I'm pretty sure he knows about. No, I'm pretty sure they know each other.
You can tell they exchange football ideas. It's very visible. So, okay, this came out a few minutes ago from Gazzetta dello Sport, the pink newspaper of Italy. Renewal Magnan, Mike asks for the same salary as Leao to sign. The negotiations will soon come to fruition. So, if you want the same salary as Leao, that means that you're going to be paying close to 11 million gross. And this is the big question that I really wanted to understand, because we've been with this growth decree, we've been cheap fucks, but now there is no more growth decree and you have to pay the full gross amount. So are they going to do this? Are they really going to pull the trigger on the wage cap, bring the wage cap up? That's very interesting. We'll find out. We shall find out.
But me personally, I don't know. If I don't even want to spend, bro, I start lining up. If I'm Furlani, I'll do a Maldini. Like, you start lining up Vicario. I mean, not Vicario, but fucking Di Gregorio right away. You start talking to him. You start lining a contract up so you're not caught off guard.
Well, look at this. This guy agrees with you. Calcio aleatorio Pioliano. Goalkeeper, non-decisive role in football. Give away at first offer. With a Di Gregorio, you don't lose anything. See Napoli, who won the championship with Meret. Well,
Butterfingers.
Don't put shade on Meret. That guy's good, man.
People are calling for Vicario to start instead of Donnarumma, man. What you think about that?
Bring back bring back Gigi and Milan, dude. Donnarumma is going to be the best goalkeeper in the world. Just 2 more years, maybe.
Poor fucking personality, weak man.
No. He's a great man. He is a great man. Bring back number 99.
See, you can't see, but you don't shit. See, you're mad at Jed, but you don't shit on Donnarumma the way he did.
Donnarumma is my boy.
Everything.
He's my boy.
The club that gave him everything, and he's trying to like legit blackmail us. That's a whole fucking ransom.
That's why I like these guys. They got personality. They got personality, bro. That's why I like it.
You hypocritical, bro.
That's my keeper, dude. That is my keeper, bro. Listen, that is my keeper. That is my guy. That is my guy. Euro Cup MVP. Look at this guy. This guy's called Rapist. Damn, this is crazy. His name is Rapist.
Bro, what the fuck, bro?
He says this is completely crazy. Whether he goes to Bayern, whether the fuck he wants. It looks like some people are not responding to this tweet that well. Look, they're all saying bye, Mike. Thank you. It was a pleasure. Now you can leave.
Yes, because like the majority of the time it's just like he's always injured, bro. He's been 3 seasons, and he lost major in those 3 seasons already. He's been missing for quite some time, just not even 2 or 3 games. So there's a recurring theme with him where it makes people start wondering, like, dude, why the fuck should we buy this guy then? If he's gonna keep getting injured, it's like it doesn't make no sense. And goalies rarely get injured, but I can understand why he gets injured. He's way too explosive. People that are really explosive, like that's what you gotta get ready for. His agility, the way he moves. Yeah, come on, man.
What the fuck is Andon? Yo, Andon, did you just have I think Andon is having an epileptic attack or some shit. Are you alright, bro?
What's Andon at?
Did he fucking is he butt dialing or something? Like, is this
what? Is he what? Is he on the line? What's going on?
Yeah, what the fuck is going on? All right. Oh, look, it's your boy. Look,
who?
It's your guy.
Paul?
No, Paul. After what you said recently in chat, Paul is going to have some words with you. But no, it's Falcon Flynn.
Oh my God, yo, Flynn, get your ass on the live, boy. I've been looking. You've been ducking me, bro, because I actually want to converse with you, like face to face now in the chat. Because your takes be, oh boy.
No, I think I think Falcon Flynn is like the guy with the highest standards.
Yeah,
and I respect that. I respect that.
Highest than I had standing. He need to come here. He ducking the smoke. You been ducking smoke, boy. You, Rajon. I need you on the line. See, when I come with the smoke, I just don't tweet shit. I just don't chat. I'll come here, we can have a conversation. See, people would duck.
Well, you call this guy, you call him NPC, dude. What are you talking about? You don't chat.
Yeah,
you
he
call
need
him
to,
an
he need to come. So you need to come here, and he need to come and correct himself, and prove me wrong. That's all. I say that to draw people. Listen, I do that so we can have a debate. There's too much agreeing in the chat. I don't like that. I don't like when everybody agrees.
Yeah, because people are agreeing because
I do not like that.
Hey,
like, okay, you right. Remember this? You, Nathan, y'all have like a little love affair triangle going on. Yeah.
Listen,
bro, fuck all that.
Clint. If 2 + 2 is equals 4, everybody's going to agree.
In my world, 2 + 2 is a fucking equation.
And that's the problem.
Put it on the other side of the fucking aisle.
That's fish.
Negative shit. Gotta be toxic, man. We gotta get the bait. What happened to Rajon? That's what I want to know, bro. I feel like
I'm telling you, dude. Rajon,
his account.
he oversold. He overcommitted, and now he feels bad, and that's why he only shows up when Chukwueze scores goals. That's the only time he shows up is when Chukwueze scores goals. He overcommitted. He thought it was going to go completely different, and yeah, so he's having a tough time accepting that. Yeah. All right. Rajon is married now. Clint Balance for what's up, chat. Leave Chukwueze alone. Clint, when Jerry's gone, we can have a talk because then I can be a happy NPC again. He's developing. Nah. Let's see if this is going to work tomorrow with Pulisic as a number 10 and Chukwueze on the right. That team has absolutely no midfield. That team is going to get crushed in the midfield tomorrow. Unless Lich is so bad that they can't carry the ball to our goal. But if this formation is true, what they're saying, Ali, Reindeers as the double pivot, Pulisic as number 10, bro, there is no muscle there. Those are 3 ballerinos. Like our midfield is 3 ballerinos.
But that's purely. How long is Pobega out?
Oh, Pobega's, yeah.
He's back. He's been gone the whole year. Was his injury that serious?
What the fuck?
What does Juve want, bro? Doesn't Juve have Lau, Milic, King?
What is this?
Juve try to hijack him?
No, I think everybody's going to want him. I think this is what I'm saying. Like with Xerxes, I can see Arsenal get Xerxes. I can see that. I definitely can see that. Like I think they can do that. But yeah, people are seeing what he's doing, and he's the best. Probably the what you want to call it. I don't know. So Juve is looking at Xerxes. Theo 100 million. What is this? Theo 100 million. That's the price for Theo on this 100 million. Xerxes Roy really.
Yeah, that's the player. That's the player. That's the player we don't sell.
Yeah, he's going to Germany for sure.
Yeah. You said who's going to Germany? Theo?
Yeah.
No, he's not going to go. He's not going to go, man. His wife is going to force him to stay, bro. He's married to an Italian. There's no way.
Look at, you see, guys? Come on. Tell me I don't have. Look, Nicolo Schira. Arsenal are really interested. Arsenal are really interested in Joshua Zirkzee, as revealed 2 months ago. Positive first talks with his agent, Kia Jurbachian. Gunner's scouts have watched him several times during Bologna's games this season, and he's one of Arteta's main targets. To me, that makes sense. I'm totally buying into that.
But it's still not going to be in the Arsenal world. You know, Xerxes is there's you getting him. You already have Gabriel Jesus. You have Gabriele Martellini. They have a lot of second strikers. Kyle Harvard, those are all second strikers. So you bringing him in, he's not going to be your proper number 9 as you want to be, and then you have that void. I think it's not even suitable for him if he's smart. Like Arsenal needs like a pure 9 to score goals, which they don't have. They have a lot of second strikers. That's the problem. And them trying to get it's going to be the same mistake they're going to produce. And for his career, does he think it's a good move? Because you're not at Arsenal. Xerxes is not going to be. He's not going to have a guaranteed starting position. If I'm Xerxes and I care about my football, not money, you look at Milan. Milan, your Giroud leaves the void. You're guaranteed to start.
No, I don't disagree with that.
You're not. So you got to look where you're going to actually play.
But I mean, the thing is, like, it's up to the club as well. Like the issue is, like, I don't disagree with what you're saying there. But if Bologna comes and will accept Arsenal's offer, like, he'll go.
You want ketchup?
Yeah. Yo, but do you think he stays at? He says he wants to stay in Italy.
I think Milan is his best destination.
Yeah, no, to me, Milan is the best. When I look at all the teams, I think Milan is the best thing. Now I heard they also want to sell Gonzalo Ramos to us. They want to loan him out to us from PSG, the Portuguese kid from Benfica.
What?
You know Gonzalo Ramos, that striker for Portugal, like the one that scored a hat trick at the World Cup. He plays for Benfica. He's a good striker. He's at PSG. Apparently, they try to like loan him out. So his agent, which I think is Jorge Mendes, is actually looking for suitors, and I think he got proposed to Milan.
Yeah. The PSG guy. Look, I agree with what Falcon Flynn said here.
What'd he say?
If I'm Xerxes, I don't want to play for a loser like Jerry. Like
okay, fine. Why do you support me? This is the things I don't want to hear. Let's put the things aside. Put the Jerry thing aside. Milan will be a good career move for him. It's not about not playing for Jerry and all that. He's still got a good supporting system. Leao and all these guys are still there for right now. So it's like we'll be cooking, man. If we can forget the kid. We'll be good, man. We need a guy. We need a Lautaro type player, bro. Like fuck, which I always wanted. We need a guy, bro. When I see what Lautaro does for Inter, man, bro, it hurts my soul. I'm like, fuck. Like the way he blocks the ball and then like all them fucking guys running behind and they're going to the box. I'm like, damn, why can't we have somebody like this? Fuck, man.
What's wrong with Leao, dude? You aren't satisfied with Leao?
Leao doesn't do what Lautaro does, bro. Like Lautaro is different, man. Lautaro
what about Pulisic? Pulisic is more similar to Lautaro.
No, those are wingers, bro. They're not second strikers. They're not like they don't have like Pulisic's been good for us. Don't get us wrong. I didn't even know he would have been that healthy. But
this is such a big risk Pioli is taking, because if he doesn't get points tomorrow, then he's really going to set up the team to lose this. Well, he's going to set up Inter to win the Scudetto against us if we don't make points tomorrow. There's a lot of noise coming from. What the hell is going on there?
I'm Pioli. Once we're comfortable, I mean, tomorrow if we win, that I think who's fifth? I think if the fifth place they lose, I think we're like fucking 15 points or some shit like that above. Like it's some crazy stat like that. You might as well stop. For me, if I'm Pioli, the last 3 games straight Primavera players, man. Straight Primavera players.
See if his Camarda guy is ready. For all we know, we won't even play Europe next year because of his club. Well, actually, there is a possibility we might not play. Yeah, because of the sale. That is true. So we got to watch out for that.
Why would we not play Europe?
Because of the investigation that is happening. One of the possibilities could be severe punishment from a sporting base. It depends on what they find and the intent, bro. That's loud. Dude.
Oh, sorry.
For all we know, we won't even play. Milan is my life, and I hope that Primo. Now that is actually, guys, I will give you this. The Primavera is a joy. I do get a lot of satisfaction, also because the Primavera still embodies Maldini's spirit. It's Maldini's team. It's those players, it's the players that came up with Maldini. Luckily enough, the tentacles of Redbird haven't spread in the Primavera just yet. It's still pretty much the Maldini squad. And I'm having a lot of satisfaction watching them. And in Europe, they have the Milan DNA. So it's great to watch. Great to watch. We'd be cooking with Xerxes. I thought we were already cooking. Roy, have you heard that they want Bonera to coach the U23? Ah, okay.
But Bonera is the only Milan coach in history to have a 100% winning record. Which he does.
Well, how many games did he coach? One?
Like, I think 2. I think it's 2.
That's one. Yeah. All right, man. So let's call it a night. It's one.
I just got home.
So you're going to the after hours now, right?
No. I gotta take my dog out, bro. So I'm about to go take him out
right now,
and I'm going to sleep. Yeah. I came from the gym. I'm gonna take a shower and I gotta take him out. Yeah, I've been gone for a while and he's been locked up, so he needs to go use the restroom and he's going back into his cage. I don't leave him outside. Yeah. He's still like a puppy, bro. He's been destroying a lot of fucking shit. I have to whoop his ass. So.
What do you think of? Are you taking a piss?
No, I'm not. I live by a pond, so that's that's the water.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
What do you think of Abate as a coach?
For Milan? No.
Yeah.
No.
He's good, dude.
No, yeah, I'm good. This is it's almost like the Pirlo situations and all that. He's good where he at. I think in an emergency, like the way De Rossi came, yes, but as a choice, I'm not gonna go for him. Like, bro, it's tough, man.
Yeah.
No.
He's winning big games in Europe, dude.
Yeah, it's with the kids, bro.
Yeah.
I can't.
All right. Go ahead.
No, so I just want somebody to tell me what's Ibra's role next time we come on here. I need a clear description of what Ibra does.
He's the boss. Ibra's the boss. He tells Furlani what to do and what to say.
Huh.
Anyway, if you have the chance, watch this. Watch this.
The interview?
Echoes. I have to think that when you're looking at AC Milan, certainly.
Look at what he just said. Pause it first.
No,
Is he looking at AC Milan? Oh my God! You already know he's in for awful shit. He's going on podcast now. Who do you think you are?
Dude, yeah, he's in Joe Rogan next. What is this, dude?
Yeah, like what the fuck?
And one person who's got to be sitting on your shoulder is Steinbrenner.
Look, it's a really great point.
Steinbrenner.
And
Who the fuck
the
that?
benefit of even though George has passed, bringing the Yankees in with us in owning AC Milan was meant to do a bunch of things. It gives us a sounding board for exactly that. It's meant to say to the world, especially in Italy, we're going to bring AC Milan back to the world-class seat at the table. How more world-class can you get than the New York Yankees? And so
world-class seat at the table.
I've been around, Jerry Jones and his family.
Dude, these guys, we're talking about football.
But
and
what
these
I tell
guys
you, no. See, but that proves my point. What I was saying the whole time. See, right. I told you they're coming in as franchise. So you mentioned Jerry Jones. You're mentioning people from the MLB. That's his intent. So we already know what it is. He's just worried about the. So when he said world class, it's not trophy. He's worried about the name brand.
The brand.
Bring Milan to a name brand, and so that's what it is. So that's
what it is.
So
that's exactly what it is. I'm not okay with that. You don't fire Maldini for that. You do not fire Maldini for that. That is an insult. That is an insult to these colors, dude. You do not fire Maldini for that. I do not accept that. And at least if you're going to fire Maldini, do it with dignity, but not like that. Okay, all right. Anyway, this interview is very revealing. It has a lot of good stuff. You should watch it.
I'll go watch it and then come and troll you guys once I finish.
All right.
Yeah. All right, man. I'll see you tomorrow.
Have a good one.
Yep, you too.
All right, guys. Everybody, thank you very much for joining us. Click the like, subscribe to all that good stuff. We'll see you next time. Probably going to do a live today after the game to do a post match. So join us for the post match. Peace out. Arrivederci and ciao.